another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa.
Chris OD. SmileyJizzle. What's good, y'all? We got some guests here with us today, man. Introduce yourself.
Time for prize.
Dante.
Yeah, we in the building, man. We about to have a good show, man. We got some guests. We about to get lifted. We about to dive into these deep discussions. I'm charging just in case, so
Okay.
the long one. The Diddy case, man. So many interesting things to discuss today.
They about to do closing
many
arguments
times.
on Monday. So they about to do closing arguments on Monday.
Oh yeah. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he gonna make it out of this and gonna be back home with his children in no time, or you think this is gonna be a huge stain on him as a person? It's gonna be harder for him to do business going forward.
I think both. I think it's going to be a huge stain on him as a person, and I think he's going to get out too.
I agree. I don't think he's gonna be out for too long though.
Oh, you think something else going to happen?
Yeah.
Because he's a criminal. He got himself in this situation. Personally, he's guilty of something.
Right.
It may not be all of the charges that they're accusing him of in the court right now,
Right.
but he ain't innocent.
Right. I agree. I know he's not innocent, but a criminal enterprise, I think that people just reached a little bit just to put another black man behind bars and destroy his reputation. That's what I feel, because
I feel like
a lot of the stuff that happened that they found was like he had drugs or whatever, but it wasn't like enough for him to like distribute all over the U.S. or nothing like that.
Right.
It was personal use, and he's a rich dude, so he could buy as much as he needs, like as much as he wants. But it wasn't enough to be out here flipping like, yo, I got this, I got that. It was enough for him to have his little parties and get his people right. But then the other thing was the women was all lying. You know what I mean? Like everybody that came up there, they said something, they perjured themselves under oath. So it was 3 times that they motioned for mistrial. 3 times during this trial. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that we might have to consider. Like, yeah, like he might be, like, let's put it out here. Like his personal life has nothing to do with what they trying to charge him for. So like if he is a freak or he is in the community, we have to use that term. If he's a freak or he's in the community, then we have to just accept, all right, that's who that dude is, as whatever, you know what I mean? He's under a strict schedule because he's a billionaire or whatever, so he got to do certain things. He got a person that is his assistant that sets things up for him and stuff like that, so he can move around, so he can do things that he want to do. But now, because of whatever happened, it's my opinion, I don't know if this is true, it's speculation, but now because he doesn't allegedly want to do business with certain people because he wants to go into business for himself. He wants to own all of his rights to all of his distributions, all of his copyrights to all of his merchandise and inventory and all of that. Now they like, nah, we want you to still work for us. So you're trying to get from under the man. Now all of a sudden this happened, that happened. Same thing allegedly with Bill Cosby. He tried to get CBS. Oh, nah, you can't do that, black man.
A lot of that was proven though.
But I'm just saying, like, sometimes it be stuff like that we don't know about as civilians. Like, we only know
True.
what they say, right? We only know one side of it, and we automatically gonna pass judgment because as soon as we hear somebody messing with the kids, we automatically jump off the ledge. Like, oh, you playing with the kids? Like, nah, we can't have that. Kids are sacred. You feel me? So if anything happening to the kids, we automatically against them, whether he one of ours or anybody else. But what we not taking into consideration that it's nobody ever for us. We always for ourselves. And then when one of us go down, we against them too. We with the peanut gallery. Instead of, you know what I mean, let's fight together. Let's try to see the right past this. Like, it's criminals out here. It's people that's out here shooting each other and selling drugs and doing whatever. But that doesn't make every single one of us less than an individual because some of us might have behaved that way. Like, don't other cultures have, you got rednecks, you know what I mean? You got the Trudeaus, you know what I mean? You got all different types of people in different cultures that do bullshit. You got the mafia from the Italian culture, you know what I mean? But they treat us like animals, bro. Because we don't work together for our own people. That's the difference that we have with all of those groups. It's not because America recognized them and give them great respect. No, because they band together against the stuff that's an injustice for their particular people. You're not going to treat us like that. We deserve the same rights because we contribute to this country. So that's the big thing. But a lot of times we can't see the forest beyond the trees. You know what I mean? So we just looking at it like, oh, you know what I mean? He wrong, he this, he that, or he like dudes, or he whatever. But we don't see whatever he probably done for us to even think a certain way. Like, he gave us Biggie. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. Like, personally, I'm a big fan.
But then again, nah, not really though, because Biggie already exists. Biggie wouldn't. I feel like Biggie still would have existed in some type of light. Maybe not as big as he was.
Okay.
And Biggie's
So
legacy,
I do have to give that to Puff though.
Biggie's legacy at the end wasn't in good terms with Puff.
You know what I mean?
It could be he's responsible for putting them on, but he might be responsible for unaliving them too.
That's the story.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's all speculation too. Like I said, that's all speculation. But at the end of the day, like, who else would know other than the person that's already going down for a whole bunch of other things that seem way too similar?
Right.
Coincidence? Maybe. And you do have a valid point, because what? He did this deal with what? He was getting out of his deal with Ciroc?
I heard something like that, yeah.
And that's what immediately when
he didn't own it 100%.
But he had like some legal thing where he ended up winning, like a lawsuit or whatever.
Right.
And they wasn't having it. That's all of a sudden all the stuff started coming out about Puff doing this, Puff doing that. It's like, yo, you really think about it though, like, it's not the first time that's happened to artists though. They did the same thing with R. Kelly. They did the same thing with plenty of artists. Like, they just blacklist them.
Right.
Or they emphasize it. I feel like they let a lot of that weirdo shit go because it's normalized for other races. And I feel like it's put against ours because we have a cap as far as finances go in the entertainment business, where like once you go over that cap, you gotta play ball.
Right.
Nobody that goes over that cap doesn't play ball. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And I feel like Diddy was one of those people that was already over that cap, and he wasn't trying to play ball. He felt like, nah, I'm rich enough I'm billionaire status.
But that wasn't the first time he's been over that cap. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not billionaire
status is different. I feel like on the ego for a person like Diddy, billionaire status, like from just the free golfs alone, we know that billionaire status, like I could do whatever I want basically. You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing too, because if that's true, then a lot of the industry is not safe.
Yeah, because a lot of the industry is on some shit like that too. The more successful, the more wild stuff you probably did in the background. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff coming to light about Fat Joe now.
Most of that shit satanic too.
Then it's like
exactly.
Then it's like who gets a pass and who don't get a pass in the society's eyes.
The people higher up in that
nobody should get a pass.
Exactly.
Nobody
should. Yeah, 100%. But people gonna get a pass.
People
getting a pass
just like
because of connections.
When they trying to catch somebody and then
to as far as music, right? But there's mad people that you could listen to as far as music,
right?
It's just like when they trying to lock somebody up and then they'll give somebody immunity to tell. So they're a criminal too, or they're guilty too, but because they told, now they get to go free or they get less time. That ain't fair. they should lie to them and be like, yeah, you get immunity and don't really get. They
I feel
should.
like
They
that's
be
what
lying
they
about
really
other
do.
shit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
like you lie about everything else. Like
Now you want to do that part.
now you feel targeted, guilty. That seems like a guilty conscience to me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
We've been taking
that might not be the case all the time.
L's historically as a culture in so many areas of life. Like when we get one win, like you know what I mean, like and it's like one of those situations. Like man, at least I got this. You know what I mean? It's one of those things because like nobody really wants to congratulate Diddy on any
He
of that
has
shit.
mad successes and people take
No,
that
you
away
could
from
separate that because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna stop
As a
listening
musician,
to
congratulations.
music because I don't agree with what you did, R. Kelly too. But I'm not gonna. That's messing up my entertainment now because I can't listen to it because you crazy. Like
People
you
still
shouldn't be
stepping in the name of love.
Some
Yeah.
people
People are
is.
still stepping in the name of
They
love.
still stepping in the name of
some
love.
people.
Come on,
At
you
cookouts,
can't tell
no,
me.
I'm like
At
on
weddings, too.
July 4th this year.
A
Are
lot of
people
people
gonna be stepping in the
are.
name
A
of
lot
love?
of
I
people
think
are
that's
not.
let's make a
Depending on
poll
what
for
cookout
that
you're
shit.
going
There's
to,
people
The
pop
old
up.
school, the old heads, you think they care, bro?
They are.
They listening.
They don't care.
People are, but there are
Play
people
what they
that
like.
not because when I was at the bar, they would let us get the
They blur that
the
right out.
Bluetooth so we could play what we want, and then I played a song by R. Kelly, and they was like, and then the bartender was like, "Come on." how
But
you
what was
want?"
the crowd? How
It
old?
wasn't even no nasty song though. It was Fiesta, I think.
Yeah, how old was the crowd though?
Nah, but if you give that song
That's
context
older.
now,
It was
They
baby
older than
boomers.
me.
did not age well.
Fucking baby
Yeah.
boomers.
But he's the only one that said it. Nobody else said nothing. But I'm like, okay. And I'm like, can I play? And I played Diddy. Can nobody take my pride? Can
Of course
no?
you can.
And then he was
That's
like,
no
I'm
better
like, is
either,
that
though.
okay? He was like, well, he's
I
still
mean,
on trial.
yeah, he's still on trial.
That's what he said.
He innocent until proven guilty.
That's crazy.
At the end of the day, it don't. That's why there's a law in place. Like you gotta think about it.
You know
Law
what's
protects
Yeah.
everybody. So like, if you really feel like it's people that's in prison for stuff that they didn't do,
There's a lot of people. We don't just feel like that.
Yeah,
there
but Diddy's
are
been
people
doing-
and then there's people that's out of prison that did stuff
that got away with
that
it.
got away with it.
Facts. And
So
Diddy's
you
been
really,
getting away
it
with some
really,
stuff.
it really goes to
Yeah.
how well you know the law and
Yeah.
and what you did to incriminate yourself. Like if you
Yeah.
were smart about your shit, then you deserve to get away with it because you know how the game is played. That's how I look at it.
If
You
you
know what I mean?
if you give the context of what he's going down for, right? Then you go back and rewatch a whole bunch of his career up to this point. Like he blatantly telling people what's going to go down. Like
That's true.
so, as far as like anybody, like I don't know. I feel like it's like tiptoeing. It's like tightroping. He's obviously not stupid. You know what I mean?
Nah, you definitely not.
Not at all.
To be a billionaire, you I don't even think you can't be stupid at all, man.
That nigga only,
They might make dumb decisions sometimes,
That
but
man-
they smart enough to be able to
that
keep
man-
making millions of dollars.
That man owned damn near the whole company at what? Age 20, 24, 20, 23? That's right when he met Big. He was like 20 something.
But Big built his empire, my nigga. Like he built his whole shit.
Big was already a rapper though.
I know, but what I'm trying to say
Maybe
is
not mixtape wise, but
Big
like,
at the end of his career wasn't happy about how the business was going.
Nah, not at all.
Him and Puff, and
Yeah,
that goes
most of
to
my
say
money.
where Diddy's mindset was.
That's
If you
just
think
it.
about it,
That's just it. Fuck.
where Diddy's mindset was. Cause think about it, like Diddy's in it with Suge, right? This is back in the day. Diddy's in it with Suge. I think Diddy's bodyguard gets unalived, right? And they said it was some foul play that had to do with that. What's my nigga name? Wolf. Rest in peace, Wolf. He gets unalived. right? And then
So many people.
that's what I'm saying. And then a lot of people say this about Gene Deal, but I be believing them.
I feel like Tupac's still alive.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's another topic.
Yeah.
He
could be. He could be. I think they keep his spirit alive. But Gene Deal, I feel like Gene Deal was the bodyguard for Big in them back in the day. And he basically was saying, Big, he was telling Big, like, yo, something ain't right. Like, I felt like
Mad people were telling him that.
You know what I mean? This whole night is a setup. Like, people is off. Like, if you go to this party, you gonna be unalive, bro. And I felt like if Big really, and this is all alleged, but if Big really knew, like, yo, this dude Diddy will go that far, and I made his empire for him.
Millions.
I feel like this is just karma, bro. This is just karma. Like, this is just like, yo, you was at your highest, now you about to be at your lowest. Because there's no person that could just get that high and allegedly mess up a lot of people's livelihoods or their careers.
Well, the story goes is that supposedly, this is a story that Diddy had a meeting with like the higher ups, and
this is a big song?
This is supposedly the story when Biggie died.
Oh shit!
So like, they had a meeting for prison reform.
Right.
So like, the music industry went into partnership with the prisons, and that's why we have songs every day. It's about
Killing, drugs.
Really?
It's
where's the source from this?
We're funding the prisons. It's where our money
It's
goes.
$1 billion industry.
Well, it is,
Like
yeah.
private
I mean,
It's way more
I
than
would,
$1 billion
but I would,
industry. At this
but I
point,
would
we
argue,
fund it.
I would argue that it's big, it's other corporations, not just the music
But it's
industry
not just
that's
him.
involved
It's
in it.
other people. You
But
know
it's
what I mean?
to highlight the music industry, like that could be a caveat
Drill music
of
is that.
why they do drill music
Mhm.
to boost the criminal
They
rate.
doubled
Right.
down. They doubled down. Before it used to be lyricality and about it.
Talent.
Now it's just like,
Because the tobacco industry
now it's
supports
just
prisons.
Popularity.
like
The
Once it's
gun,
about
the
popularity, you
gun,
can
the
control
gun,
that.
the gun industry, supports the prison system.
population control versus media
Everybody.
control.
Right.
It's
The medical industry supports the prison system.
Right.
It's a lot of big corporations with their hand in the pot. I mean, because I don't want to just point the finger at music, because there's a lot of good
There's a
contributions for music. But yeah, like it
Same
depends
with
on what we
philanthropy.
listening to. But then here's another thing, like after a certain age, that's your decision to be affected by the type of music that you listening to. What we need to do is we need to regulate in the households. The parents need to make sure that their kids not listening to this stuff.
No.
If you don't want it, if you don't think the
What
music
parents?
is good, if you don't think the music is good for you, then why your kid listening to it? You understand what I'm saying? Like it need to be more regulation. Like it need to be more structure. It's not enough because we trying to tell people
Yo, the kids
that's like
nowadays is smoking
20,
their parents.
25,
Right.
25,
It's scary,
30
bro.
something years old that this music is terrible for us. For who?
It's terrible.
For the kids. Like I don't give a like I'm gonna listen to what I'm gonna listen to. I still listen to R. Kelly. I was listening to him the other day. Like I don't give a fuck. You know what I
Those
mean?
are actual love songs.
Because
Like,
I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind as long as it's
Someone of age.
appropriate. Right.
I'm not
We can
bumping
add that
the
context to
age
it,
ain't nothing but a number.
I'm not gonna hold you when I'm
Right.
listening to R. Kelly
'Cause
songs.
that's-
I'm
'cause that
listening
is a
to him how I
crazy-
first
that's a
listened
It's
to
a
him.
crazy song.
Like, you know what
I
mean?
know who he is as a person, but like, yo, the man could write a great song.
Right.
Like, I'm not thinking about that when I'm listening to R. Kelly
Right,
song.
and not only
Half
his
the time it's
music,
like,
he probably
yo, this
wrote
is a
songs for
great
other people too.
Right.
Freaking record.
That
Like,
part.
Yeah.
And Diddy too. Diddy is not, I don't think he's really good at writing songs, but he can make like a bop.
He got the
like,
vision.
he could
like,
definitely
yeah.
produce.
And he can
could definitely
find
got the
good
vision.
artists.
got the
And he
vision.
do got some songs that he's on that I'm like, it's
Cause you gotta give him, you gotta give him credit. You gotta give him for his credit in finding talent. Like he created
He got
a pop
That's what
group
I'm saying. He's better
with
at
black
that
women
than
and white women together, like the Spice Girls type of shit, but
That
better.
nigga's natural born
Yeah,
hustler.
like they was better than the Spice Girls in that limited time. I will argue. I don't even listen to that music, but they was like better than the Spice Girls. Like
I like Danny King. Yeah, they was good. All his groups.
and the
was
Spice
good.
Girls was big, man. Like a
Nah,
long
tell me
time
what
ago,
you-
like
what you really
no,
want.
that wasn't his group. Danny Kane was his group.
Yeah, I remember.
But Danny Kane was like the Spice Girls, like
that wasn't even their fault.
they was a mixture, like a mixture group. Cause you ain't never seen an interracial pop group.
And then
Like,
they had
that's
Fifth
bad.
Harmony.
Yeah.
That wasn't by him, but
Be
Fifth Harmony
splashing
came out
about
after.
it.
Jealous.
They were on. They
Yeah,
won
that's
like
not they
some
fault.
one of them shows like
Same thing with
American Idol,
Cassie,
something
man.
like that.
Right.
They were like a
Well,
group
Cassie,
with
I don't feel like she was
different
that talented.
people, girls.
Nah, you wildin'.
I'm not over here supporting Diddy.
Cassie has songs with only
But-
because of Ryan Leslie.
The only thing that I'm saying,
Right,
Is
nobody
that-
was watching them after the ain't nobody.
by herself?
Yeah.
Let's
I
not
do
sleep
like
on
that
Ryan
song.
Leslie, like,
Ryan Leslie, he could play
fire, bro.
instruments, he
Yeah,
made
bro.
beats, he sing,
He
write songs.
Like, I felt
Like
she
he's
did that nigga
extra
dirty.
Diddy did
talented.
Ryan,
too.
look,
Right, yeah.
Ryan Leslie wasn't on
You can't
trial.
really blame niggas.
Right, because he
This
was young when he.
This all started with
But
Cassie,
those girls
bro.
switched
Like,
up on
why
you, like,
Ryan Leslie
she
wasn't
chose,
on trial? Like,
fucked up.
that's something for people to think about. Like,
And
this
she
all
was
started
young.
with Cassie.
She
Like,
was
hold up.
young when she was with the shooter.
Cassie was the
Right,
first.
exactly.
Listen, Cassie was the first witness, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Why Ryan Leslie wasn't up there?
Because
he
don't
got done
nothing to
dirty,
do with
nigga.
that.
And Kid
He
Cudi
wasn't
was
had
up
no
there.
freak on-
Like,
Because
yo,
he tried-
like,
Cause he
yo,
tried to blow up.
it was
Kid
something
Cudi's
against
car.
light skinned niggas, bro.
Cudi
That's what it was. It was
Yo,
something against light skinned niggas. Like they really came. But yo, you noticed that it wasn't no light skinned niggas that got pulled up. It was all chicks.
That doesn't mean that.
Jane Doe. You know what I mean?
Jane
like-
Doe.
Jane Doe what?
You saying she's not light skinned?
No, she is. I mean, she's the lightest of the skin you can be if you not from America.
So then that's contradicting what you said.
But she's not black.
Diddy got a thing for trying to take somebody's girl.
In New England, in Connecticut, she got her own day.
She got her day a day.
A whole day.
What did it say?
Y'all remember that?
She got a day.
She got a day and a key.
Who?
I can see that.
Cassie.
Cassie got a day.
Yeah.
Bro, she was
What are
messing
you
with
talking
Diddy.
about? A
Cassie
day
did
of
that.
the year?
They gave her
A
a day.
holiday?
Nah,
Google
I would have heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
ain't.
ain't here.
You
We got fact check.
You
We
was
got fact
around
check.
for that, bro. You probably.
We got a fact check.
I ain't gonna
now,
hold you. That sounds
Bro.
familiar.
I
He's
remember
like,
this.
yo. He won't say that.
I remember this clear as
We gotta
day.
fact check it.
I
We
read
gotta
it clear as
fact
day.
check.
I seen that on my
Cassie has a
phone on
holiday?
the bus.
Yeah,
I used to be
yeah,
a
look that
Ryan
shit
Leslie
up.
fan. And I was so mad about that. I was like, yo, damn, like.
Or
I
Well,
was listening
she,
to Ryan
hold
Leslie.
on.
Popped
She
up
is.
on my phone.
She is
I'm like,
a. She is
No.
a.
she's
No.
from-
Okay. So no.
So it's
That's
not
not
facts.
true.
But she is from.
She from Connecticut though.
Yeah.
She is from Connecticut. Yeah.
You probably took that back. Like, no, I should have got it.
What?
I
So
remember that.
is Candace Owens. Candace Owens is
She
from
from
Connecticut.
Hartford.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't know. And then now King Combs just made an album. How now you want to use the trial to promote your music? Because I don't like his music either. And he's talking about the trial on his album. Then Charlamagne said on the Breakfast Club. Then you learn from the last time you told him to go check the other house. Just stop making stuff at this point. And how you gonna use your father being on trial to promote your album?
Probably told him to do it. He
And,
said, "Son,
and Kanye West produced
take that."
it.
Where's he did?
But I ain't like they played
They
a couple
talking
songs.
He's trying to put his daughter on it too.
And they talking on gold
His
on the
daughter
phone.
does music.
Yeah. It's
Which
your
one?
bestie, Miss Westie.
Oh, you mean Kanye West daughter?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Diddy's.
No.
Did he got a daughter?
Yeah,
He
them
got
twins.
mad kids. He
Oh,
got
dude,
twins.
yeah.
He got twins. And then
Got a
they got
couple
another.
daughters. Then he
six-
got
another
girl.
girl.
baby,
Kids
a little
too.
baby.
Yeah.
Right.
So he got
I'll be
he got twin daughter. Then he got a daughter above them, and then a baby girl, and then he got King.
Adopted kids too, though.
Yeah, because
That's another
Albie
reason
Shore's
why it's
son.
like,
So,
I mean,
then
he
again, it's
took
like,
care of his
damn.
family, like,
Suspect.
you know what I mean? Like,
suspect.
take a dude away from his
Supposed-
family,
Every
you
one of them
perpetuating,
dudes
you
got
perpetuating
static
family.
with Diddy.
Yeah.
They're not cool with
No,
him.
but I'm saying, like,
It's
you perpetuating
static.
that
It's static. Albie
fathers being
Shore,
taken out of their family, so that
Well,
these kids
don't
gonna be
commit
broken.
crimes.
Yeah,
They
nah,
gonna
I
be
agree.
broken
I
because
agree.
they
Don't
doing wild
don't make
shit.
crimes, but if somebody tried to say that you did this and you didn't do that, it's fucked up.
If everyone's
So they're
saying
taking you
it,
away from your family for nothing.
if one person's saying it, it could be a lot. If 2 people saying it, maybe.
But
3,
some people,
4, 5.
they looking at how to
Right.
capitalize over it.
Come on,
Everybody,
bro. You gotta
everybody
start studying.
Everybody
at that
tried to
point.
sue him for
It could
millions
still
of
be
dollars
alive,
that was
like,
on
you know what I
trial.
mean? You gotta really
So
start
they
looking
all
into
got
it.
something to gain from it.
Yeah, they all.
That's the
Not
whole. That's the
really.
whole. Yes,
Not
they
really.
do.
What is
The
Why
lowest
would a
amount was
man-
6.4
But why would
million.
a
Put it like this,
man
what is
lie
50
and say
what is
that
50
he
gain
that he graped
from-
them?
What is 50 gain
If he
from
Revenge?
did, a man
Revenge?
don't even want to admit
Revenge?
that really happened
How?
because they'll
The
be
be- the-
ashamed.
the
He don't
sweetest-
know money
People,
to that.
even a
Nah,
woman
but
would.
the sweetest
A man ain't
revenge.
gonna just.
If you messing
They
with my
might,
joint,
but I don't think that would be. That's
Hell
less
no.
You,
likely.
I hope you go to jail.
you handing my joint off to
That's
other
wild.
dudes.
That's not good for his record.
My baby mom?
When
What?
has he ever done that?
Yeah.
Yo.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
Nah,
Rick Ross
you gotta
seen
go
this
down.
baby mom before? Like, who? Somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
50 did
like-
to him. Got her a book, like got her a book
Because
signed or
nigga
something like
him,
that.
yeah.
You won't believe what Tia told me. You see how that shit flipped?
But you broke up with her when you found out she was doing whatever she was doing. She belonged to the game
He
now.
don't
She
gain
belonged to the
nothing
streets.
from that. He a troll. He gonna troll you.
Yeah, but that's his kid's
He makes
mom.
money off of trolling you. He not going to
That's his
They
kid's
pay
mom.
what I
And he
mean?
probably didn't know
keep
that
it going,
information.
and he loses money by him going to jail. If anything, he only gonna talk about that for so long.
Mm.
The whole loss of money for him.
Ah.
He had been talking about Diddy for a while, but I wish.
Wasn't he coming out with a documentary?
Wrapping it up. Yeah, they made like 3 documentaries about him already. But yeah, Diddy. I mean,
They funny
50
with
Cent's supposed to be
documentaries.
producing one.
That's
Yeah.
But he probably gonna get off. Like it's the.
They still gonna make the documentary.
He said what?
He made a whole mini video game about it.
A video game.
Yeah.
What do you do in the game?
You supposed to
Probably going
be.
wild shit.
Supposed to be Diddy. You supposed to get.
No.
Yo.
Who made this?
Diddy the game?
You supposed to drug Biggie and get mad.
It's a
people.
mobile
Wow.
Crazy.
Who
Where
made
the game
this?
at?
Signed to your label and.
No, ain't like, where's the game?
Where's the game? Where's the game?
Somebody get in trouble.
You gotta. You get bonus baby oil if you complete the mission the wrong way.
Astroglide.
Plus
part of the
2
implication,
baby
yo.
oils.
Right.
Yo, it's
That's
that's
point.
part of the game
That's
too, bro.
crazy.
For every freak off that's
Right.
successful.
Pink cocaine gives you more life.
Oh my god.
I promise you.
No,
you
no, it's like getting a star from
can
Mario.
look it
Now
up
you're
on
invincible.
YouTube. It's-
You get some.
You
it's
get
real.
You
bigger.
snip a line, you hit something, and then pink cocaine drops out of the sky in the game.
And then you get
smell it
bigger,
and
like,
you
yeah.
go. You just run through the fucking game and shit.
People are wild.
They went
Yo.
crazy on that.
That's ridiculous, yo.
They really have that, or you're joking.
I'm dead serious. You can look it up on
Nah,
YouTube.
they
Who
probably
made
do.
that?
Somebody.
Some
I
fan.
don't know. But when I see
Midway, nah, I'm gonna stop.
He said midway.
Midway presents.
EA.
dead serious.
EA. Fucking EA comes out with the Diddler.
Yeah,
Diddler
that's-
RPG.
Yo, it was an RPG too.
Ah!
Crazy. That's the craziest part.
You gotta get the magic flute.
It was like a storyteller mixed with RPG.
You get a-
Yo, this
You get a Molotov. You gotta live out his whole life. So you get to Kid Cudi. You see the car. They get a bonus Molotov cocktail. Then you throw it in the car. You know what I mean? And then you run off and
It's
hide in the
called
bushes. or
Oil
something.
of the Sun.
Right.
He played in Raisin of the Sun.
Pretend that you was riding your bike.
Pretend that you ain't right.
Stu be riding his mountain bike through the town with a headband on. Nike headband, remember Nike headbands?
Yeah,
And he got the wristband, so he looked like a black tennis player.
yeah. Or like he going for a power walk.
Hey
And you could
Stan,
pick-
love what you done with the yard.
And you could pick up he doing trafficking. But you can pick up you get points for picking them up for finding new ones
Oh
to
yeah.
start a new freak off.
That's
Would
wild.
you guys play
No.
a Diddy inspired video game?
Nah.
Like you get to be like Diddy.
sounds
do
crazy.
what-
Nah,
what
I'm
he's
good.
doing.
You know what's crazy?
They said they made a video.
No,
game
he
about
ain't-
it.
They had-
he ain't lying.
They had a video game.
That's
They had a
crazy.
video
That
game
shit
back
look-
in the
That
day.
shit look like Call of Duty.
Mine?
It look like Gears of War.
That's wild.
This shit
It's
crazy.
That's wild.
It's on Steam.
A Diddy video game,
That
you
is
guys. You
crazy.
get to
That's
be.
crazy.
You can live
That's
the
crazy.
life of Diddy. Life of Diddy. All
You-
other
But it's
stuff.
on some
Do
like
y'all
Halo
remember?
joint, like
Do y'all remember this game? Do y'all remember this game? It might have been before y'all time, yo.
Would you
Y'all
guys
remember
play a
this
video
game where
game of
it
Diddy?
was like,
A day in the life of Diddy?
do y'all remember this game
No.
where
I'm asking the people.
this dude, you get to play this dude, and you walk around in the city and you get points for unaliving people in the most heinous way. Like you put a bag over their head and watch them suffocate. You know what I'm talking about? You remember that game? What's the name of that game, bro? It came out. No, this game came out. It wasn't Hitman. I love Hitman, but it wasn't Hitman. It was literally a game because Hitman had like a motive. You was a hitman. You feel me? But this game was just a dude, and then you picking up random stuff like shards of glass, and then you go up to somebody and just take them out with the shards of glass, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
Manhunt, yo.
I want to
Yo,
play that. That sounds
real.
fun.
Yo, that game was so
That's
lit.
I always
And this is
wanted
what I'm
to
saying.
An
This is how
assassin in
this is
my
how
next
morbid.
life.
They made
This
a
is
couple of those. They
but
made
this
a
not
couple
is
of
but
those.
that game was
Not
banned.
really.
You remember that game was banned, right? It was
But it's
banned in
crazy.
the US.
They made a couple
You
of new
when you
ones
got
of
the
those.
game, once they started letting the game be played online, if you didn't get the original version of the game,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't be able to play it in the US.
That's crazy.
That was facts.
So it was crazy. Like anybody that had that game, yo, I'll buy it off you. That game was lit.
Yeah,
man.
Manhunt. Anybody
Manhunt was
played that's watching? You
That
ever
game
played
was lit.
They
Manhunt?
got a new version of that game.
Sounds
Do,
fun.
they do?
Yeah, it's new. They re-released it in the States.
Word?
Yeah, this
Dwayne,
been
like, I'm
out.
about to buy
They
it.
made a second one.
Yo, I'm not playing. Yo, it's a few games that I really be wanting to get. Like Devil May Cry. Like that's
I
top
like
of my
Devil
list.
May
That's
Cry.
that's
New
number
ones of
one
those
for
ones
me.
too.
That game. I like Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is more like a party game. For me. Like I play with the boys. I'll play the campaign, but I'm not like as involved in gaming like that to really be in there playing the campaign and really go through the missions and stuff. Like it'll take me like months to complete that. Where like when I was younger, it'd probably take me like a few days, like binging, like just run through it. Like I got too many distractions to really like play a game like that. Like, but I used to create the players and cause they had something in 2K. I don't know if y'all remember, but they had something in 2K where if you were the first person to get your player to 100 in the my player, then they would send you your sneakers. Like the sneakers that you create. You remember that?
I remember that.
That was lit. They had it for a few years and they stopped doing it. And I was like, yo, I want to get because they made it hard to get your character up to 100. Like they made it mad hard. Like you had to be thorough and you had to play it on All-Star or something like that to get it. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna get it. And I got my player up there to 100. I was proud of myself when I did stuff like that. I ain't even go to the playground. Like all my boys, they get their guy boosted up. They go at the playground. They got like 85. My guy 98, nigga. Like you still going to the court? Yo, come play at the court. I don't know how to play like that with them niggas doing the and one moves and shit, man. I'm playing regular games, nigga. I'm about to play in the playoffs. I don't won the championship like 4 times and shit. I'm still at 98, nigga. I'm
They
like,
like
damn.
that dude that was doing a push up on his back. He was like,
Oh, you talking about C Nova. She talking about C Nova, the influencer dude from Cris. Yeah, he was playing dudes in basketball on the court in real life. He was playing pickup games. and he was whooping them like they ain't, and he ain't had no shoes on.
Yeah.
He was doing it barefoot.
He was going
And hitting mad threes from deep, like it was crazy. He was cracking dudes. He was doing push-ups.
And then he started dancing. He was like, he was
doing shit like this,
his
and he had a piece
like,
of tissue in his nose while he was playing. Yo, like this dude is retarded, bro.
Nah.
I can't say that. Sorry, I said the R word. Can't say that.
That's the West
sorry.
Coast dude?
Shout out to C Nova, yo.
He be dancing and shit
funny,
on
dude.
his skits.
Yeah, he a funny dude.
That's wild.
He a funny dude.
I think he was in Big Job skit.
He probably was. He from Cali. West Coast
Going
got some
back.
characters.
Back to Cali.
But yeah, games used to be brutal, man. So like, I mean, they got like a little game with Diddy. I mean, it's not, you know, if you play GTA, I mean, that's nothing.
That's light work.
Right, exactly. That's just a poke at fun.
These horror games is where it's at now. Bro.
Yo,
Nice.
a new Silent Hill came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The remake.
I heard about it.
Resident Evil came out.
Resident Evil.
But I'm kind of tired of
Ninja
Resident
Gaiden.
Evil. Ninja Gaiden.
A new one?
Ninja Gaiden.
That was thorough.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was the, I was ill with the nunchucks. Yo, that was my joint.
Yeah.
That game was lit. I ain't gonna hold you. That game was lit. Cause I remember now like this is why I thought it was lit, because I'm about to show my age right now.
Mm.
Shout out to Nintendo, yo, in the '80s when they came out with Ja, cause
First
you revolutionized it. But Ninja Gaiden, the when you had the cartridge and you had the big gray joint, and you put it in there, you know what I mean, and then you on top of the buildings, flipping over the building. Nigga, they evolutionized it. Like I just made that word up, but it sounds good. They evolutionized it, and now Ninja Gaiden is like, it's the graphics of the character is so smooth, and the dude is like he what's his name, Ryu. You know what I mean? And then the dude, he got all these weapons that's mystified by the gods, and you killing zombie ninjas. Yo, get the game, bro. It's better than an Onimusha. Like, yo, like, and Onimusha used to be like, no shade, but Onimusha really like got me into like liking those type of games with the samurai, because that kind of led me to Devil May Cry. Like, Devil May Cry is like my favorite game of all time, and like platform, all that, like it's lit. I like Assassin's Creed, but if I had to pick, like if somebody was giving away games and a new Devil May Cry came out, I don't care what the other games are.
That's crazy.
Give me that game. And the second game will have to be my fighting games. I have to say, my fighting games will have to be Street Fighter versus Marvel, or some type of Marvel versus Capcom, like that. Like that's my joint. Marvel versus Capcom. If they come out with something new, something cleaner, and I'm glad that they threw my boys from Devil May Cry in it too, because that made me want it even more. Like that game is so thorough. The combos, playing with the people online in that game is so competitive, because some of these dudes know how to keep you in the air the whole match. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's no answer for it. It's like they scrubbing, like you can't stop them. Like they just 120 hit combos, like, and it's so hard to get 120 plus combos, but these dudes be thorough, yo. They be little Chinese kids, you know, with a bedtime, and they whooping you before it's time to go to sleep, like. For real, like.
Brad, you got 5 more.
Eating the Smuckers. What's them drinks? The little peanut butter Uncrustables and shit. With a little Capri Sun. Little motherfucker. Yeah, I used to game back in the day, but I ain't got the heart to compete. They got a whole network, a social media platform for niggas that play video games. I'm not there. I remember when niggas used to play online. I remember playing Gran Turismo. The illest racing game ever. They made a movie about it. And the movie was based on a real thing. I never knew that they had a competition
where you could become
a race car driver
and go in real.
This really happened. So a dude was playing a simulator and was playing against other people, got to the top of the leaderboard, and they let him. They made him come and do a championship, and he actually had to do a rally Turismo with Nissan and everything. So he got signed to Nissan to race for their cars, for their concept cars.
That's fire.
And he didn't know this dude didn't even have his license yet, bro. He had just got his license. And they had him doing this competition. He was really getting coached by a real driver and did some of the most dangerous fucking driving or dangerous courses.
He had
and learn from playing the fucking game, bro.
Like, so
and was lit at that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit made me a thorough driver too. Though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
the game, I was so good at that game, but like if I knew that was something, like I would have been on that. I would have, cause it's fun, like to just think, like, damn, you could really do this shit and then really be a race car driver. But it was like 1 in a million.
But I could see that.
He was successful too.
I could see that with shooting.
Too.
With Call of Duty and shit?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Not Call of Duty, but like a simulator, like that's close to that.
I can't unless
if
you
nice in that
Nah,
shit.
I can't unless you using an actual like simulated firearm.
That's what I'm saying, like some virtual
like it's gotta be something
shit.
like you strap on the firearm
right.
and you gotta be standing up and you gotta crouch down and you gotta do if it's like you doing the controllers and buttons and shit, nah, it's not the same. The driving is different because you got the steering wheel, that's what I'm saying. You got the steering wheel, you got the pedal.
Look at like, you know what I'm saying? Automated tanks.
You could probably control it remotely.
That's
right?
what I
can give you that, like, but actually doing it is different because that is different. The driving thing, the reason why I'm saying the driving thing is because they got the simulation shit. It's so realistic.
Yeah, but that's
like
VR
I'm not saying that Call of Duty not realistic, but it's kind of unrealistic. You don't respawn when you get shot. Like I've been in that shit. So like to simulate driving versus simulating being in a war situation where anything can happen, like anything can happen on the road. But a lot of people don't drive like they drive in a video game. Yeah. A lot of people drive slow. Right. Like matter of fact, they just put in a new law in effect that niggas that's driving in the in the fast lane that's doing below the speed limit is gonna be getting tickets. And they're gonna be getting charged like over 180 or some shit.
For going too slow.
For going too slow. Oh. So step your game up or be in the slow lane where you belong, like, you know what I mean? Like real shit. Like, cause that shit is annoying. Like I'm over here, I'm doing 70. This motherfucker doing fucking 55. Like, nigga, why are you here? Like
55.
Like this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy to me. But like I said, like it's a different speed. It's not. Some people not ready for that experience. Like the driving shit was extremely dangerous. Like, you know what I mean? But he could put others in danger, but not at the magnitude of going to war. Like all the people that you putting in danger when you go into war versus him in the car and he might crash into another vehicle, you know what I mean, or something like that. That person might lose their life or get injured or whatever, but it's not going to be like Final Destination. Like it's not going to be that extreme. It could possibly be 1 in a million chance it could be like that, but war is like, it's almost absolute that you're going to lose a lot of people from recklessness.
Technology-wise, that it's getting to the point where there's a lot more automated things being controlled, manned, in the scene.
Remote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Remote. I don't see a problem with remote. You know why? Because it keeps us out of danger. So remote would be a good. You would want that nigga that's really good at Call of Duty to be doing remote instead of having a grunt that's out there because they stupid. Right. No offense to my grunts out there, but the people that's out there in the field, like they different. They more reactive, more instinctive to what's going on around. They know their training front and back, so they know what they got to do in this situation. They have situational awareness, but they're not really looking at all the other things that civilians would overlook. They're not paying attention to that other stuff or whatever. They're paying attention to what they're focused on. They're singular focused on the mission completion. Everything else is just white noise in the background. Like they're not paying attention to that.
What about like technology enhancements on soldiers? So let's say certain soldiers have an ability to lift some shit heavier than most soldiers because he has some type of suit on or some type of technology. That's what I'm saying.
That would be dope. If that would actually benefit soldiers that's already out there. Like that's different. That's like a mobile suit or some shit like that. You would want somebody with some military background to be doing that. You would want somebody with that type of experience, but it still would be a challenge for them to navigate something like that because, like I said, they're focused on something else. It's like athletes. Like athletes are really good at you know, dunking the ball or making a touchdown or kicking the soccer. But when you tell them to do a you know, a quantum physics equation or some shit, they're not gonna just be able to, oh, okay, I guess it's, you know what I mean? They're not gonna be able to figure that shit the fuck out. Right. Normally, you know what I mean? Because that's not their subject matter that they're experienced in. They're a subject matter expert in this, right, not that. You know what I mean? So they only gonna be directed to really respond to what they're experienced in. Whereas the scientific person, there's an element where they can be reshaped, but it's always gonna go back to what they know. They're gonna try to they're gonna try to add physics to it. They're gonna try to add this to it to make it work for them, which is kind of what the kid was doing in the from playing Gran Turismo and trying to be a real race car driver. He was using what he knew in the game and applying that to real life, which is kind of dangerous, but for what he was doing, it did work for him. He was like, you know what, maybe I could do this. I tried this in the game. The game is so realistic to the point you doing something like split, like you drifting or something like that, it'll actually do it with the actual speed that you would need to be doing it to do it. Like, it's so accurate. So like, if you tried that in real life and got it exactly how you got in the game, you would probably get a similar effect. They had like engineers that really tested this to make this game.
I would think it would be the same thing with aviation too, like
flying.
Yeah.
That's a tough one,
Like
but probably. I mean, I would say because, but I would also argue it can't be no controller though. Cause all the shit that's on the fucking thing and the, like, it's mad buttons and shit. You got, yeah, bro. Like, if you don't know what you looking at, bro, like, you ain't gonna be able to just do it. You can't hit R2 to bring down the wing on the left. Like, nigga, like, yo, like,
it's not even really what you push; it's when you push it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. It gotta be so accurate. They do got games like that, but like you probably would have to spend mad bread to buy the actual controller. Yeah, you have to buy like some shit you sit in or some shit.
Yeah, I feel like they got the treadmill.
They got this new shit. What's the name of that shit that I sent you? You remember?
Treadmill thing.
Yeah, it's like some shit you get on it.
So you can run.
You can run in it.
Like,
yeah.
Like if you're moving,
you could walk in place.
Yeah, like if
it moves
your
and
body
rotates,
where
and it's like it keeps your body like stationary.
Like virtual
reality.
That's crazy.
And it responds to everything. Like, and you got the goggles on, so it's like you in another environment, but you still want the shit like something behind you.
They gotta have
you running on this shit.
That's crazy.
That shit is lit.
They don't probably got that shit where you can actually feel what you're going through.
Nigga, I don't want that shit. That's
crazy. That's
a Neuralink.
That's Black Mirror. That's that Black Mirror shit, nigga. That nigga.
Neuralink.
Not feel no pain.
Yo.
Well, why not? If you're gonna sit there and make virtual shit.
Well, it's
like if it's Sonic, I want to run around the ring and
what type of person are you?
Hit by robots.
But what's
gonna be somebody?
What's your curiosity, right? Are you like, did y'all ever see the movie Total Recall? You ever seen that? Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know what I mean? All right. Are you like that? Like you really want that full Total Recall, knock you out and put you in a chair, some shit stick you in the head, and you know what I mean? You want that experience? But you want that shit all the time, or you want that shit temporary?
You could pay to get that immersive experience.
What's stop you from doing that now?
Because it's just fun. You don't want to make that a habit because you get addicted to that shit.
But there's nobody.
You be strung out on that shit.
There's this guy.
Like there's other some people who do that right
I feel
There's
like
this guy that does one
that would fuck up my neurological pathways or some shit like that and fuck me up.
You know what I mean?
Like I be doing that shit and my lip won't close on the left side or some shit. Like, nah, I ain't fucking with that, yo.
There's this guy.
Nothing in my brain, bro.
You have the mental capability to be like, all right, no more then. You know?
There's this guy that does.
Because they might fuck up.
That does.
When something is navigated by humans,
and they don't know you.
Something is navigated by humans. You don't want no nigga to try to troubleshoot you when you got some shit stuck in your brain. Nigga, like, oh, let's try this. Like, nigga, you better make the right choice the first time, motherfucker. You can't make no. Oh yeah, let me try to shut it down. And nigga, this shit stuck in my head, nigga. You mean restart it? Let's restart it and wait like.
If we got virtual headsets now.
But if you might unplug me then I might
We'll
lose.
stop
I might
that
go into a
happening
coma
on
or some
Black
shit.
Mirror.
machine that don't gotta be
With
attached
Issa
to
Rae.
the body. You just
It could
put
be some
on
shit like that,
shit.
like you just
You know
attach
what I
like
mean?
shits on you or some shit.
Or
Like
not
even
even
that,
that, like
even
that
that
Remember
will
the
fuck you
cell?
up. You could get
With
electrocuted.
Jennifer
I can take my shirt
Yeah,
off.
like
It's
that,
like
like-
the sound, and you gotta put on the suit with the headgear.
What's
and
that?
all
What's
the
that
hand.
other movie?
Suspension.
With
I don't feel like it's
Leonardo
gotta be
DiCaprio.
that deep. We can just keep it as far as the headset, because your sensors are all in
Inception.
your brain.
I don't think.
If you could put
Shit
your
like
brain-
that, like
I think
niggas
people
going in your
without
head. It's
soul
not a
can't
good
do it.
idea,
Dreamwalking,
my nigga. Like
uh,
niggas shouldn't be in your
that
brain,
guy.
bro.
What
Like
the
that's
hell
your
is that?
spot. Like nobody should be fucking around inside your head, bro.
But niggas already doing that.
There's this guy.
Every time
But
you
not
listen to
willingly.
a song, it's
I'm not
intentional.
Listen,
Yeah.
guys.
Every time you listen to a song,
I mean, maybe the you might get bad frequencies, or it might be certain subjective messages or something or whatever. But that is, but some of those things are, again,
it's just playing somewhere.
a lot of
It's just
times
not playing where you at.
people believe these things because this is lore. This is things that they've been talking about this, but people be freaking out and bugging out. They use an excuse or something. Like the dude, what's the fucking dude? Summer of Sam. The nigga said a dog told him to do this shit, whatever. Like, you fucking believe that? Like you like
He said a
sometimes,
dog and it was God.
right?
He's
Like
definitely high on
yo,
something.
like yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
Probably high on
sometimes,
ayahuasca.
because normal times,
I wouldn't try
normal
ayahuasca.
people might. Like, people get road rage, people get
Exactly
fucked up for the
what that
moment, or people be mad or whatever. But people naturally don't be wanting to cause harm to people. They just fucking, sometimes people crash out because they overwhelmed by emotion. A lot of times, that's in the upbringing. Everything goes back to the root. The way that people were raised, the trauma of your surroundings shapes the type of person that you're going to be. Either you're going to be like, yo, fuck it, I just accept, life plays certain cards and this is what it is. Hopefully you get to that point, or you end up rotting in a prison cell. You know what I mean? Like, those are really your choices. Especially when you black. You don't got really no other choice. Like, Louis Farrakhan said, black people are afraid of the white man, but they not afraid of their own people, and they out here killing each other. And I'm like, yo,
Black
that's
man has
deep.
Plenty options.
We got white people
It's
running
harder.
and jogging up and down the street, and nobody fucks
Way
with
harder.
them. But then you got dudes running in people's house. You got chicks running in people's house of black people that they know and causing all types of shit. Like, that to me,
that
that
makes sense, bro. It's crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
Of course. You're not gonna go to the place that you don't know that has the high security.
but they got bread.
And yeah, but
It's more of a
more
return
was-
for the risk that you
it's
taking.
almost
It's a
yeah.
better payout when
But
you go
if
to
you
when you go to
never-
that lady house that live in Fairfield.
right. But if you've never been to Fairfield and you don't know the layout, you don't know the people, you don't know the area, you know that it's heavy security because it's Fairfield. You're not going to Fairfield. It's
It's
easier
not
to go
worth
to
it
Ray
to do
Ray
that to your
crib.
own people.
It's easier to go to Ray
not
Ray
worth it.
crib
Because you're not
you
even
know
getting
he don't
shit.
got no
Yeah,
security.
and he don't
You
got
know
shit.
he don't. You know what
He
I'm
don't got
saying?
shit. You getting $25.
Look, man.
$25, nigga.
Ray might have got
That
a
you probably
promotion,
could just
bro.
act. Yeah, okay.
Ray might
And
have
where
got
that
a
shit?
promotion,
Direct
bro.
deposit.
Yeah, but he might have got the new, BBSs on his car or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be living above their means, and how many niggas you know got a nice ass car and they live at a fucked up? They live
A lot
in
of
the
niggas.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
That's like normal, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. So that's just the
Sometimes that
norm.
shit
But
is
niggas,
It's
because niggas
easier-
value the wrong shit.
It's easier to do that to your own people.
But that's guidance.
it's not good.
If they knew
Living in a
growing up,
big-ass crib,
if they knew
and
growing
you
up
know,
that
you know,
it was more important things in life
Right.
that they should
Not
invest
your
in,
shit,
right.
then they would do it.
Right.
They was never
Right.
taught that. They was taught by a mother who was fed the fuck up,
Right.
feed her every day. She ain't got time to talk to you and tell you she love you and give you a hug. So they was taught by they friends who ain't no shit, who was taught by some old ass nigga that ain't had nothing better to do but tell these little niggas, yo, I'm gonna give you some money if you go do this for me. They went out and they did that and perpetuated historically nothing but broken young men that's out here seeking a mommy and women. Some dudes is out here taking care of their business and not using, our societal adversities as an excuse to why I'm behaving this way. Yeah, a lot of us grew up with just one parent. A lot of us grew up raised by our grandmother. A lot of us grew up in a fucked up environment. A lot of us grew up like this, but all of us are not serial deleters.
Right.
All of us are not gangbangers.
Right.
All of us don't rob, shoplift, and take from older people. And you know what I mean? Some of us got respect. Some of us say thank you. Some of us say you're welcome. Some of us say God bless you. Some of us say, you know what I mean? It's not like we're not all degenerates. But even the ones that you think are degenerates, if you sit down and you have a conversation with them, you learn that they're just like you. They just went the wrong way.
Right.
So it's like we don't give each other grace, but we're so quick to condemn each other, which is like what I'm saying. It's not really our fault. We all broken because of the system. So we have to figure out how to make it work. We have to figure out like, yeah, she might be a B sometimes, but she cooks for me.
She treat you right.
She treat me right.
Smiley,
She put up with my shit.
I think the answer to your question is just stay to yourself, and that makes it selfish because we can't put on everybody. Like even if we had the secret, you like I mean, but you might want to if that's your goal. Like if you want to put on everybody, if you want to do better for your whole race or your group of people or whatever, right? You're gonna do that. But it's at the detriment of people looking at you like, oh no, he's being racist to just his group, or you know what I mean? He's just focusing on his group, and you're supposed to focus on the world. That's why when Black Lives Matter came out, people were so upset because oh well, all lives matter. Like yeah, duh, but it's not about all lives right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the same situation as this.
That's
It's
the
like
point that niggas is trying to make.
it's like once you get to the bag. The next step is individualize yourself so you don't mix in with everybody because everybody's going to want a handout.
Exactly.
Everybody that doesn't have what you have is going to want a handout. So you got to look at it like that. You can't look at it like, oh, these my peoples. You got to really look at it as what type of actions do they do? Are they known for asking for money a lot? Are they known for, because if you don't, you're going into a situation where you're better. They see you better. Would you think they're gonna just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just happy for you"? Nah, hell no.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Let's just segue into this other topic. Are we witnessing a culture reset or a breakdown right now?
It's a breakdown.
I think it's reset.
I don't think it's a reset.
It's a reset.
All right, tell me why.
Because
Tell
what's
me.
the resetting
tell
to?
me-
Something
I'm gonna tell
worse?
you.
Give you two minutes.
It's a
Give
reset.
you 2 minutes to tell me why you feel that it's a breakdown. Give me 2 minutes to tell me why you think it's a reset.
All right.
Go ahead. We'll go
It's
on
a
first.
breakdown because like it had look at what's being positively spoken. Any situation right now. Look at we got war, politics going on is worse. We don't want to get really into.
But that ain't
politics.
culture.
But I'm saying
That's
that's
not-
not
let
that
him
should
cook,
be
let him
part of
cook.
our.
No, my bad.
That
My bad.
that is part of our culture.
Is it?
How is it not?
I'm black.
We're affected by it, are we
You
not?
black?
So what?
So they ain't got shit to do with you.
How would this it
Cause
not?
that's a whole nother country.
Nah. We talking about politics?
Nah, but the culture, like,
That's-
are we witnessing a breakdown or a reset? Like is our shit?
Our culture, we talking about music, we talking about
Nah, like okay, black culture, like
Black culture?
like black culture. Period.
Nah,
like, are we
we-
witnessing a reset or a breakdown in our black culture?
it's neither. We stuck. We stuck. We
Why
stuck.
is that? What's separating us?
We might think we woke, but there's a lot more. You know, we're getting knowledge. We are getting knowledge. But there's so much more. So much more. Yeah, I can put y'all on. I'm gonna put y'all on after, wrap up. But like, there's so much more. We talking about our culture. That's not even a scratch on the totem pole.
Hmm.
Like, and it all really depends on what you believe in. You know what I mean? But our culture, nah, we're not getting nowhere. We're stuck in the same spot. We've been stuck in the same spot as far as our culture, our black culture. We've been stuck in the same spot for the past 300 years. And we might have the knowledge now. We're smarter. We're not doing nothing with the knowledge though, because if that was the case, we would have been shut the shit down. We would have been came together. We would have been got somewhere with this shit. Fuck,
Exactly.
fuck being like asking for
Reparation.
yeah, for what? We built this country. We can destroy this shit if we wanted to. Let us all band together and stop going to fucking.
We can't.
You know what I mean? But we can't because there's no unity.
Don't we outnumber the white people though?
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
we
nah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
In size, probably.
Yeah.
Depends on where you want to boil down the minority, but we all black as far as minority, as far as this country.
In perspective,
They treat us all the same. If you're not white,
you
you
consider
treat you the
somebody
same.
Anunnaki or something.
And some worse. Let you be Mexican now, nigga. Like,
Then why
you've
you
been here
why
for
you feel this?
years.
Wow.
Are you done? I want because I want to see. Nah. If you're not done, keep cooking.
All right.
But I'm saying I want to
Took 2
see what
minutes.
because you had because we let you cook, but I'm saying why do you feel contrast? Like you were saying it's a breakdown, right?
Yeah.
And you saying it's a reset.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it's a reset?
Because this story been told before.
Okay.
Like if we go to the Bible and we hear what Jesus was professing, it's basically all of this woke culture. Woke culture is Christ consciousness. If people are waking up, it means more people are tapping into Christ consciousness. And if that's the story, then that's the story been told to us since, you know what I mean, back in those times. It's like the same story. It seems like we get to a level of intelligence and awareness, and once that goes down, that's why the people that want the war, so they can shut down the world with the chaos and then rebuild. That's why all these rich people got bunkers. They can hide out whatever happens to the world while the reset happens, and their bloodline remains rich. You see what I'm saying?
They ain't hiding out nothing.
But the problem about this, right? I believe that too. Because the problem about this is you can't hide from fate. It's the same shit like Waylon back in the Alien franchise and how he went out. He tried to live forever. Remember that shit? And then the alien looked at him and was like, yo, you think you can live forever? And killed him. So it's like, yo, we can't live forever. You can't outrun, you know what I mean, your destiny. And your destiny is good always wins. It always outweighs the bad, like in majority wise. And that's the same story we've been hearing all over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first it was the flood, now it's gonna be war, fire, allegedly, or you see what I'm saying? We're gonna see people warring, it's gonna be like all of this stuff I just feel like has been said before, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? Thinking about it, you know the only thing that don't have an expiration date is
What?
like plants. Like
Yeah,
unless
the
you
plant's gonna be here.
like, plants are gonna keep growing forever.
Right.
They don't just die unless you like
Poison the soil.
cut them at the root. You know what I
Right,
mean? Or
yeah.
separate them from where they grow.
Right.
Humans got an expiration date. Animals got an expiration date. Food got an
We all
expiration
got our
date.
time, bro.
Even water at some point.
Yeah, it expires.
You know what I mean? Like,
What do you think, bro? Do you think we're witnessing a cultural reset or a breakdown for black people?
For black people, I think that we'll see the reset. Because a lot of people are getting more woke and learning about like deep state and things of that nature. And like, you know, they're figuring out like religion and what it really means to be a religious person.
Right.
And like, they're exposing themselves to a lot of things on the internet. And you know, a lot of like conscious like beliefs and like disbelief as well. So like, I feel like they're just finding themselves again, like how it used to be back then. Like how it used to be like real grandiose people, you know, real rich, real classy people, you know, and not no bullshit people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Families thriving.
Yeah.
Look at the conditions they
That's what
said
I
we
just
allegedly
said.
were, but our families and everything was thriving. Like this is how it lets you know that where we are naturally, bro, we were built to win. Like us as a people, naturally, we were built to win. So therefore, the people that aren't natural, the people that, you know, get sunburned and things of this nature, you know what I mean? The people that run this situation, they just doing what's best for them. But you know, the good always outweighs the bad, bro. Like I really believe that.
Yeah, but I say it's a reset because it's not like they're the same people anymore. You know what I'm saying? They learn this type of stuff. So yeah.
I think that people need to change their mindset. There are some that are waking up, but not enough people. Like, for example, B. Simone. She's sitting up here crying. Every time she go on the internet, she crying about something. I don't know why you decide to wait till the camera come on to start recording. And she crying because now she got to shop at H&M and she can't go to Bloomingdale's no more. Are you serious right now?
That's not even an
Trump
issue
just
right
bombed
now.
Iran. There's people that's homeless. Some people don't have no clothes. And you talk about which store you can get them from. Some people don't have a home. And you really crying about that? Like, be for real. Like,
H&M decent.
I mean, that,
right, and ain't nothing wrong with H&M.
No,
Got some nice
that-
stuff. Charlamagne said he got some H&M and he kept the tags on because he was like, I'll be bringing that junk back. So
No funny.
But that goes on the vanity of B. Simone. You know what I'm saying? B. Simone can't care about her pockets or shit.
She
She
is
cares about morals or, you know what I'm saying?
Davis eyebrows. Man. I ain't never liked her since she was coming at Martin Luther King.
she said he's not a good man.
Yeah, so he not a good man
Because he cheated
because
on
he
her.
cheated on his wife.
So? Not so, but like,
Don't say it. Don't change when you
Like-
say it for me.
I
Say
mean,
what you
other
think.
things going on, and it's like, well,
Yeah,
people
I
try to
don't agree.
assassinate
That's
him
one
every day,
aspect
like,
of his life.
He ain't getting to see his wife. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure his wife understands. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo,
My
they
great grandma
joke.
used to babysit for them.
Or
Like, I got my grandma got photos of everything.
That's an
Like, she used to
experience.
babysit.
She made
I'm
She
saying,
had
like, I
history
feel like
for that.
those are different times too. Like, you know what I mean? As long as they knew, like, type thing. You know what I mean? I mean, I had a purpose out here.
right. Like I don't know. Like I don't think you can say he's not a good man because he made a mistake, because
Saying
you can't. That's why I say good and bad is subjective,
we all
because everybody look at things differently. From this in this part of the world and in another country, we look at things completely different. Like some people's like, oh, it's wrong to chop somebody's hands off if they steal something, but is it right to steal?
No.
So it's like, yo, the punishment is what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
tells you
You
that.
still doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing, so you getting a punishment for it. At least you know, if I do this, I'm gonna get my hands chopped off. And then you get your hands chopped off and be like, you didn't listen, huh?
Nope.
You know why? Like, you know, yo, you missing a hand. You was stealing, huh? Stole an apple, huh?
Bet you go steal again, lose another hand.
Stole the damn apple. Yeah.
You only got two?
Niggas handless out
Okay.
here for stealing
Okay.
food, yo. They wildin'.
They got feet.
Cause what you stealing in those countries that they chopping your hand off for? Like, you ain't stealing nothing crazy. You ain't stealing no Louis Vuitton book bag out there. Nigga, you stealing something crazy like a fucking
It's not even crazy.
a celery, a piece of celery, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I know.
you stole some celery? You stole 2 coconuts, nigga? Oh, you losing both of them joints.
But that's the
Yeah.
punishment for stealing. That's that in the Bible.
You
though.
shouldn't be stealing.
It's a punishment.
You shouldn't be stealing, but should you? But this is the thing. Should you be getting your hands chopped off?
If you steal,
Is that right? Is that wrong?
It's perspective. Like
Exactly.
It's just
Exactly.
Yeah.
The objective is the objective
We're
perspective
talking-
is
Depends on who you
you
ask.
shouldn't be taking something from somebody that
we're
doesn't
talking
belong
old
to you.
school standards. Yes, that's 1,000% correct. But if we're talking about ethical standards today, no. Like,
But see, that's what I'm
not trying to see
saying.
somebody
Ethics,
over nothing light.
ethics is a sliding scale depending on who you're talking to. Like everybody that's running the country isn't the most mentally capable person most of the time. So like sometimes their ethics are a little twisted. Like they might think that they're doing something for the right reason, but who's to say that it isn't? You know what I mean? Like they're the only person that believes what they're doing is right because in their mind it makes sense. But to everybody else, it's probably like, yo, why you doing that? Like that's crazy. But they have to make that decision. So you got that person in the position to do that. So when we talk about ethics, like there's a lot of things that some people would consider unethical, but then some people would consider ethical. Like, here's another thing. Like, say 50 people in this country, or I'm sorry, 50 people in this state is in jeopardy of something, right? Like some massive attack or something, right? And the idea is like, okay, we'll sacrifice them to save millions of others in somewhere else.
Tell her right now.
And they'll let that happen because it makes more sense to save many and risk a few than to risk many to save a few. So if it's a matter of ethics, well, no life should be lost. So whatever happens, happens as long as we didn't have a part to play in it. But you can't just let that happen because then you risk more people, right? So then,
Risk everyone.
right. So then the matter of ethics is like, well, I got to do this to stop this from happening to all of these people. So then it's like collateral damage. They use terms like that to define like, okay, well, I did this because it had to be done. Is it ethical? And everybody's like, no, that's not right.
Necessarily it is, but it's not. In terms, it boils down to
The greater good of
Personal
something,
ethics.
could that be good ethics? Because good is in here.
it depends on if it is better for the greater good. That boils down to opinion. Because you're one person. How could you boil down to what's best for the whole fucking world?
Right.
You can't.
Unless you got the cure for cancer, the cure for AIDS,
Wait, what was the
then that's a
question?
different situation.
I feel
Definitely
like
step
talk to
forward.
everyone.
What was the question?
But then again, it's like,
How can I forgot how I worded it. Basically, we're talking about ethics, like to sacrifice the few to save the many. And if it's something that's done for the greater good,
That's success, though.
is that good ethics?
That's success because you have to learn how to be selfish in success. When you're successful, you have to learn. There's no successful people that's just, they don't have that selfishness in them. You have to.
that's cap.
Okay, so how do you focus on your empire if you're worried about somebody else?
How do you build an empire without worrying about
You have to
anyone
be
else?
selfish.
You can't even build an empire without having a customer.
When I say
in mind.
selfish, I don't mean that
You know
you're.
what I mean? Like,
When
what
I
are
say
you serving
selfish-
your purpose of if it's not for
When I
for
say
the sake of
selfish,
other
I don't
people?
mean that. Oh, you
Business isn't
you don't
built
have
off of
people that
serving
you're
just
uh,
itself.
the
You know what I
saviors-
mean?
The Saviors had a successful group keeping their shit just amongst them. You ever watch Walking Dead? Like they had a successful group.
Yeah,
It's
probably
keeping to themselves.
Overpopulated or
Bro,
whatever
fuck.
the case was, like,
I feel like the people that are isolated.
but that's infrastructure. That's not the same thing. Like,
I mean, it kind of is. I mean,
That's
because
what I'm saying.
you keep the outsiders from getting in. So
it's not safe if it's easily invaded. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like-
It has to be isolated.
So, like,
there is no isolation without
Here.
selfishness.
say that there's like
There's
what like
no
this, right?
isolation without selfishness, bro.
12 people, right? Live in the same house.
Right,
Nobody else in the world exists.
right.
Out of those 12 people, at some point, your bloodlines are going across, and you're gonna start making kids
Put
with
it
your
at my
kids,
phone,
like,
Right.
with your grandkids. Like, can't do that. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can't do it, but people do it. It's fucked up. It's messed up, but people do it. Like, there's inbreeding. Like, there's history of all these guys that were related to each other by sex, bro. Like,
really though, but the argument was you
in
can't
the
be
family,
successful
like, it was
and be
crazy.
selfish, because at the end of the day, like, you can't have a business without thinking of other people in mind.
But this is what I'm saying. Selfishness doesn't mean that you don't have people around you.
You could be
Selfish,
goal-oriented.
hold on. Selfish means that your goals is the most important out of everybody. Like, you're focused on you first. That's selfishness. So at the end of the day, you could have a bunch of people in your network, bunch of people that work for you, a bunch of people that you claim that you value, but you could be selfish because you know that these people will never get to your position. Like they'll always be base level.
And
You see what I'm saying? But you're selfish.
Though?
But you have to. It does bother me. That's why you know what I mean. I wouldn't put myself in a position where I would be the boss by myself. Like, if we're doing this music shit, then everybody has a role and they're the boss of what they do. You see what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is success, like the real success, is very selfish, bro. Because you have to establish yourself before you establish the team and the homies.
But I wouldn't call that selfish.
It is.
More so. I would call that more ambitious.
You know why?
Goal oriented.
You know why it's not just ambition? It's because
you can't everybody out.
It's because you ever heard that? You ever heard that saying?
People don't have to necessarily understand that.
Drive.
You could bring people to the lake, but you can't force them to drink it.
You know what I mean?
Right? So Pac was around a bunch of people that rap, but nobody was rapping like Pac. Like, sometimes you have to be selfish, bro. Like, you gotta establish yourself first to make an impact. And now there's outlaws. Now there's a whole bunch of people that inspired to be like Tupac and yada yada yada. But it started with one person. It doesn't start with usually the group. You see what I'm saying?
See, the thing about Tupac though is that he was an activist all the way through. He wasn't even really a rapper, and he was an actor.
Right.
So like, that was before he even was anything.
Right.
That man was in college doing all this.
And even he had to be selfish because he started out in a group too.
Nah,
Digital Underground. And what happened? He said, yo, he's documented saying this shit. He was like, yo, like, no disrespect to Digital Underground. No disrespect to Digital Underground, but I'm a man. I gotta get mine. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be selfish, bro. Like, you have to think for you. Like, morally, I understand where you're coming from because it shouldn't be like that. You should look out for everybody.
You know what I mean? You should look out for yourself because you can't do nothing
if you ain't
for nobody else.
If you don't establish
yourself.
Yeah.
That's facts.
You gotta be selfish.
But once you get past that,
you shouldn't stay selfish.
How much does the human person really need? Like, there's a person like Elon Musk is sitting here with like way too much money than any human being should have, and what is he doing with it? He's waking up to it every day, building rockets that's not really going nowhere, helping nobody.
That's what showed the force of money, because at the end of the day, even he can't do everything that he want to do. You see what I'm saying? To be that rich and you still can't do everything that you want to do must suck.
But he could.
Nah, I don't think so. I think there's other people that's in charge of him.
Hunger right now.
Nah, he's not.
Bro, think about it.
He's like
if the American dollar translates into other countries, our currency is almost the same. The change, but it's like more in other countries.
Right.
That man has over $1 trillion.
Yeah, he can make us all millionaires for sure, but
he can give everybody $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, and still have at least like over $1 billion left.
Yeah, but he's not doing that for America. He's from South Africa.
He can't talk about he doing shit for America. He can't talk about he doing shit for nobody. Then at the end of the day, because when he died, where's that money going to?
It's going to Alpha Zeta Reticulon.
When that person died, that's way too much money for
it's going to whatever
you know
he
what I
his
mean?
son. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got kids out here. He got a legacy.
The world's not even about to last that long for the amount of money. That amount of money can wrap around the world 4 times.
That's why I said, bro.
That's a fact.
That's why I said I feel like it's a reset because of that fact that you said. The world's not even gonna last. That's why these niggas trying to go to Mars. I don't think he's trying to go to Mars to escape that. Inevitable fate.
Bro.
Like, yo, the world.
If we were supposed to be out there, we would have been out there.
No, I agree with you. I think this shit is a shame.
I'm not saying that there's nothing out there, but whatever's out there ain't for us.
Ain't for us.
We've already been through that. We're supposed to be doing something here. We can't even get this shit right down here. Why the fuck should we be going to another planet to fuck it up?
Maybe there.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, I'm gonna say
that's
some.
probably
some
why the planets
shit.
we can't live there now. That's because we already fucked them up.
Peep game.
Yo, you know,
maybe we are there though.
We've probably already been there.
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe it's not as far as we thought it was.
I was just watching this video the other day of like the evolution of like humans and shit. We really came from like fish and shit.
Exactly.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's like evolution.
Yeah, there's so many different stories. How do we know which one is the
Evolution.
real where we
I don't believe in that.
I could believe in that because just no funny shit.
It
Because of
has
semen.
strong,
If seeds is really tadpoles, then that has some truth into it.
points.
Like think about that. Like if our seed is really alive tadpoles, then yeah, of course we came from fucking
Yeah, but what
ocean.
happened?
Like,
What came before the tadpole? Because at the end of the day, it had to start with something.
yeah, it started with the egg and the seed.
What happened before that?
I mean,
All that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if anything, we could talk about.
It's all theories.
I don't think we could ever go past. I don't think we could ever go past source. Like
If we look most believable, I feel like the Big Bang Theory is the most believable. If you want to talk about theory.
nah, I don't think that's the most.
Because it had to start
That's
with
crazy.
some type of atom. We're all made up of atoms. We're not even solid mass. Like, we're just atoms
protons,
floating in between each other.
Yeah, but just floating, bro.
Yeah.
And it just floated, and it made
And
everything.
people be wondered why, like, people
It was just
do
a big
certain
bang.
things. It's not even.
Like think about that, y'all. It was a
the
big bang.
tectonic plates collided.
It collided, and it made
not magic,
everything.
it's
It
just
made
your body.
universes. It made
Control yourself.
people. It made everything. Like, nah, that's hard to believe, bro.
Don't
the
think
big,
you have
a
full
big
control.
bang.
So
did that?
what's
You
the
do.
better
That's just
belief?
my theory.
A better belief has to be God. It has to be God because
Part of it
at
too.
least if you're saying God, you could say
We're
that.
made in God's
that-
image.
That's
you-
simple
and
though.
hold on. Let me tell you why.
It's simple.
At least if you're saying God, you could say, okay, there is an explanation that makes sense, and the fact that certain things are so perfect in its craft, and certain things like the Fibonacci circle, and certain things like this, like the pi sequence, all these tricks in the trade and mathematics and
All that
shit,
shit's gonna
like
blow over.
3, 6, and 9, like. All of that shit can't be from just the start. It has to be from a higher source.
And that's what my also theory on top of the Big Bang though. That's my counter theory. Because like somebody has to create that
It's
spark.
too perfect.
There's something that had to exist to create that spark.
It's too
Everything-
perfect.
Everything is on point for
Everything. This is what I'm
Also,
saying.
that
It's like it's too much of a coincidence for
Like
it to
science
be a
almost
bang.
backs-
A
science
bang.
backs-
Like,
So
And
let's
as
get
far as the
all right.
things
So
about
so let me hear this. So
it
so
double
what are the theories? Are you saying Big Bang or
You know what
not
I'm
Big
saying?
Bang?
I'm not Big Bang, but like if I had to believe in a theory, if I had to, Big Bang would be like the most sense.
Okay,
But like
and you're not Big Bang. God.
Yeah, for sure, God. This is definitely
But
spiritual.
yeah, I agree with
Definitely.
All right.
Like yeah.
And for you, what do you think? Big Bang, God,
Thank God.
God. Okay. What about you? What say you? Big Bang, God.
I don't know.
You know. All right. Well, if you just had to guess, like,
Big Bang.
okay.
Well, not for me, not just God, but like some type of supreme being, some type of.
Right. No, nah. When people say God, like, cause I know
Yeah,
there's a
that-
deeper meaning
Yeah,
for it.
which God
But when
is,
people
yeah,
say God,
spirits and
I
shit.
know that you mean some deity or some
Yeah,
you know,
that I agree
some-
with
some-
that.
some all knowing or all powerful being.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Um,
It's a being, but
I-
I don't know
I
if it's
believe-
actually God.
I believe that there has to be some, and I've said this before. I believe that there's some type of alchemist, some type of creator, but I don't know if that creator is divine, and I don't think that the creation from that vessel, whatever it is, I don't think that was the person that created the planet. I think that was the person that created life.
Mm.
For the planet, I would go closer to Big Bang Theory. I think that the person that created us was a traveler, or the person that created us is still here.
Mm.
Most of the time, if you really think about somebody create something, they always gonna watch over whatever it is that they created.
Right.
Yeah. So there's got to be the correlation of him always knowing what you're doing and all of that. Like Santa Claus, like it's a good nighttime story, but it makes psychological sense. Like from the what you call it, the guy that write about psychiatrist shit, psychological books and shit, whatever that dude name is, the old dude, whatever. But anyway, he was an atheist or whatever. The stuff that he's talking about psychologically is the same theory of if somebody has something, they're going to always try to protect the thing that they have. So if there is this supreme being that created us, it would feel like, in a sense, that being abandoned us. We don't see them. We just hear stories about them, but we have to go through life and figure out things for ourselves. So the Big Bang Theory makes closer sense to things of the world.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It would seem like God is like a deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? In a way, like, you know, and not to poke fun at anybody's religion or anything like that, but that's really what it would be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not really there, but he is. You know what I mean? And it says you just got to believe it. You know what I mean? You got to have faith. You know what I'm saying? But science, for me, takes place of a lot of faith things, because I have people responsible for me, and I can't just be like, let God do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I really got to do it. You know what I mean? I got to make that decision. I got to act. And I feel like if there is a God, if it exists, the religious sense, then he be proud of me just saying, I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going to take the initiative and do it myself.
And I feel like that's the point. There's a lot of people who sit and wait for God to do it. And it's like, my saying is
he
like,
gave you the ability.
Right. He's not going to do
Right?
nothing that you won't do for yourself.
He gave you the ability.
So it's like,
in the biblical sense, he gave you the ability to do all this stuff. We have access to all of this stuff. And there's a million ways. Me and my boy have this argument every weekend.
Change, like,
there's a million ways to make $1 million, right? And me and my boy always talk about this, because we talk about how people are lazy. That's why we never progress as people. We don't take risks.
right.
We don't want to start businesses because we got bills and we don't want to take the chance on ourselves or whatever. So I'm saying that it's not that they're lazy, it's because things in life are discouraging. You know what I mean? So it's like life be lifing. So you can't do the fun things that you want to do. You got to make that sacrifice. And a lot of times people don't want to wait, you know, months or years to go and do the things that they want to do. They like, shit, I'm here right now. People unaliving around me. You know what I mean? So I want to enjoy life right now while I'm here. Feel me? So with that in mind, it just makes it more of a struggle, and some people just don't have it in them to try to like be like, you know what, I'm not gonna go have the ice cream. You know what I mean? I'm gonna work out. Nah, man, I need this treat. Like, my day was rough. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I deserve this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In the movie The Preacher's Wife, the little boy said, you can't see air, that don't stop you from breathing. So just because you can't see God shouldn't stop you from believing, or something like that. But I don't know. It's hard because, like, if you're a logical person, like I said, some stuff can't be explained, so I feel like there is a being, but then what makes more sense to me is, like, that this was man-made, because I ain't never seen no angel in real life. I ain't never seen no demon. I never had a experience where God talked to me or nothing like that. People be saying.
I think you have, but I just think you misinterpreted it as.
See, and that's,
you thought it was divine,
and that right there, no. But see,
man.
that right there to me is the equivalent of gaslighting. Like sometimes preachers do that. Nah, for real. Like I gotta say it. Like
Then
sometimes
I
preachers.
told you I didn't.
Sometimes preachers do that. Like you'll be saying, "Oh, you can't tell me that he doesn't exist." Like that's a cop out.
I wouldn't even say that.
It's like that's why I say like saying
Let me
saying
tell
that
you-
God saying God to me feels like a cop out sometimes.
Hold on. Let me tell you
You
why
don't
I
want
said
to
that.
believe science that's been proven that people have been working on for years.
It's not about the science, bro.
But you want to believe that, and these people have figured out the key to
let me-
be
it's not
better
about
in life as individuals.
we can't talk about belief because she says she doesn't know, right? So we can't. She doesn't know.
I
what
said
to
I believe there is a being.
Right.
What do we call it? They told us to
If
call
you
it
don't
God
know.
or whatever, but
Right.
we don't know what it is. And
Right.
nobody knows.
Right. So if I have a different understanding, right? If my understanding is that we are the gods and we are the devils too. You see what I'm saying? I'm not pushing that on y'all. I'm not saying that y'all have to think that way or what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying I have a different interpretation. If you're the God, right? And I say to you that if we all seen them cartoons as kids with the consciousness on your shoulder, and one conscious was dressed up as the angel, and one conscious was dressed up as the demon, and they both look like you. That's what I'm talking about. Is literally
that voice in your head.
That to me is God. And you've spoken to God when you've had just an intuition feeling like, yo, I gotta do this, or you're speaking to somebody and they're giving you life, they're giving you beneficial information, not because they had to, but because they love you, they got love for you. You see what I'm saying? Just like the devil exists because you talk to people that try to set you up. You talk to people that wanted your position in life. You talk to women that wanted what you had, and you're like, damn, I'll share with you if you had told me this is how you felt. But guess what? The feeling of jealousy, the feeling of envy, the feeling of pride, the feeling of greed, those feelings all have a source, just like God is the source. And if you know what I mean, you just gotta know which source or which side that you're basically giving most of your energy to. So if you're a person that don't care about nobody else, if you're a person that, you know what I mean, is always talking about people behind their back, if you're a person that you just tapped into low frequencies or the devil. You see what I'm saying? Just like if you're a high vibrational, you're speaking life into people. People want to be around you because they feel the energy from you. That energy is source. That energy is what makes you a good person or what makes you godlike. Versus, you know what I mean, people be on their demon time, and you know what I mean? When you on your demon time, you're not really on anything positive. You're trying to fornicate under the consent of the king, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's you know, but you gotta look at it like that too, you know what I mean?
It's a balance.
So
You're talking about Brittney Renner. She took off her hijab, so people are up in arms about it or saying that she was faking it. But I just want to note that you don't always have to wear every single time. It's only if you're not around love. If you're by yourself, like in private, like she was in her car, so there was no one around her, and if you're not around your husband or other family members, like you have to put it on. So like she is able to, but based off of that, just because she took it off, because you're able to do that, she was in her car by herself. So that's allowed in Islam. Like
it's just crazy that they try to manipulate the religion to suit them in their westernized ways. You know what I mean? Like for years there's been a culture of you don't even know what these women voice sound like. You know what I mean? Like everything is covered up. All you see is their eyes, and you just be like, damn, I wonder what they look like. You know what I mean? And then you know what this woman looks like. You know how she is, and then she says, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. Then she gets with a rapper for a month or so, and then all of a sudden, now she's back to this. Like it's just crazy. Like it's like a smack in the face at their religion. Like she's She's just like making fun of it. Like that's what it seems like.
I kind of disagree just off the strength that, like, I feel like any woman is going to cater to what her man wants. And, you know what I mean? Even if it's at the detriment of what she really wants to do. And I feel like it's contrary to what you think, Smiley. I really think that maybe she wasn't really into the religion, but she was into him, that she was willing to do whatever he said to explain the situation to her. So he was like, yo, this is what I want you to do. This is the rules of my religion. We have to cater to these rules if you want to make it work. And she was like, I'm willing to do whatever you want me to do. And then when, you know, that situation fell apart, like, we got to put the blame on Kev, yo. Shout out to Kev, but we got to put the blame on. He thought he had a good situation that was under the guidelines of his religion, and he realized it wasn't worth it for whatever reason, and he had to get out of it, and he got out of it. You know what I'm saying?
They were married for 52 days.
Yeah, and I bet you they used that time to fornicate and, you know what I mean, do all the freaky things they could do as a married couple because, you know, Kev not supposed to be having sex with other than his wives. So if she's his wife, then that negates that whole situation.
Yep.
She said it's
They
still.
got married just to smash. Like,
Yeah, man.
that sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, man.
said-
It is crazy.
The end
That's
of her.
wild.
The end of her caption said it's still Allah something forever.
Maybe she changed. Maybe he did change her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
I
you
did
can
hear-
take it off. That's why I said that
Mhm.
because she didn't really say like I'm not doing this no more. It is allowed, and in the Middle East they're more strict, but they can like as long as you're not around men that are not related to you, or
I think she just
then
doing
you have,
stuff just
you have
to
to have
do
it
it.
on. But if you're by yourself
For a
or if
little
you're with
fame.
your husband, then or a family, a male family member, you don't have to have it on.
Cause when you look at her, you be like, what's next? Like,
Right,
what's she
she
gonna
could
do
be
next?
saying, I'm
Like,
not saying,
she's like,
I just want to
she's a
give a
shock
full
jock, too.
picture. And
Yeah.
She's like a female Charleston White, low key.
Tiffany Haddish.
She be on everything, well, like,
Tiffany Haddish. said
yo,
some crazy
Charleston
shit,
White
bro.
just had a celebrity
What's
boxing
she
match. Y'all
said?
saw that?
Yeah, it did.
Yo, that was funny as hell.
That
Did you
was-
see it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh
I did.
my god,
But
yo.
real quick, Smiley. Tiffany
Charleston White
Haddish.
is
Tiffany Haddish said that the men that a woman had sex with,
boys, right?
Yeah.
that is wild. Yeah, he won. He got the KO.
He did. It look crazy.
Time out.
It look crazy as fuck. It look crazy as fuck. Who you want to see him fight next?
Nobody, nigga.
Nobody.
Shit.
Ah.
What the fuck?
What
I
about
ain't wanna-
Long Neck?
Nah, nigga.
Nah.
I don't
You don't want to see
know.
him fight Long Neck? You think Long Neck will watch him?
I think Long Neck can wash him. He
Well,
ain't got
yo,
no neck,
huh?
He
nigga.
would.
That's a young boy,
Oh,
bro.
I see
You
him from
wildin'.
You don't want to see him fight nobody else?
Nah.
Oh wait, I was thinking about wide neck. My bad.
No, Wide Neck will give it to him.
Yeah,
I think
Wide
Long
Neck,
Neck will give it
yeah.
to him too, though. Long Neck from the Outback, he ain't no pussy. Like, you
Nah,
know, he
pause,
got
just in case
long neck.
his name is
Pause.
Long Neck. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Long neck is crazy.
But he look crazy though. He a wild nigga.
But
Shout out
nah,
to
but
him,
real
though,
quick
pause.
though, Tiffany Haddish said, if you have sex with somebody and they finish inside of you, you take on the characteristics of that man because the DNA retains even after you're not with that person anymore.
No, that's only if they get you pregnant. It's true. If they get you pregnant, DNA stays in your body.
Oh, it's the pregnancy?
For 2 years, I think.
No, it said it
longer?
always stays. It stays in there.
Or
forever.
always, forever.
So what about if you're not pregnant? How does it flush out? How long does it take to flush out?
I didn't look that up, but you have to get pregnant for it to because when you're pregnant, they're
Yo,
keeping
so
that.
literally, like if you
but the
fuck
ones
with me,
that
you stuck with
died,
me, like,
they didn't get fertilized.
really
so
what
it
that-
probably just
that
comes
means.
out when you.
That's
wash
really
and-
true.
Well, think about it. Like, it's life force going inside of you. Of course, it's gonna retain for a little bit longer. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's in its natural element. Like,
Yo, I seen some crazy shit. Yo, I seen a baby that was born pregnant, bro.
Oh, hell.
It had its
Oh,
twin.
Shit was wild as
Its
fuck.
twin,
It's
like
twin inside
his
grew
stomach,
inside
though.
the stomach. Yeah.
That's what's crazy
That's
about
crazy.
that shit.
I be believing in people being cursed sometimes. I be like, ain't no,
It's some
ain't
shit.
no
It's
fucking
called.
way.
It's called.
Ain't no fucking
It's
way,
called
yo.
fetus fetu.
That's crazy.
or some shit.
That sounds like a drama.
Yo, that shit's crazy.
Bullets out there. What the fuck? Jamaica.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I was looking up some shit because I know he was talking about like, you know, people don't have the drive to do certain shit. So I always had like little quotes and shit that I used to like look up when I was young, like back in the not even on Facebook, like the fucking MySpace days, like the shit Arnold Schwarzenegger put out.
What?
His six rules of success, and it just stood out to me to like put it out. Number one is trust yourself, because that's the problem with our culture. Like, we don't trust each other. We don't have no trust. Like, we don't trust black people. Like, we see another black person walking down the street, they probably got their pants hanging off their ass paws. You know what I mean? They fucking look like they ain't up to no good and shit. They shirt got a wrapper up there, fucking giving a middle finger or some shit.
That died.
So, like, died or something. You know what I mean? So you automatically think this a heathen. This kid's a straight A student. His mother loves him, got a mother and a father. He just liked that shirt. And he thought it would make him cool in school. Because that's the culture that we have. That's the culture that we have, and we're afraid of our own people. But he's saying trust, believe in your vision and your abilities even when others doubt you.
Yeah, 100%.
Break some rules. That's number two.
That sounds like being selfish. He said number one.
Well, look, don't be look.
That's crazy, yo.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to challenge conventional thinking and step outside the established norms. You only gonna be able to achieve great levels of success by going against the grain in some cases. Like, you're gonna have to think outside the box. Sometimes just thinking the regular way, it's gonna put you in the box with everybody else. You're gonna be mediocre. You feel me? So that do make sense. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a learning opportunity. Don't let the fears of failure paralyze you from taking risks and pursuing your goals. And that's a big part in our culture too. Like, we afraid to fail. Because we already like working at this job. We know we're going to get a check. So we don't want to start our own business because we're going to be wasting our money. That's what we think about it. I got bills to pay. So I'm not even going to do it. And then number 4 is ignore the naysayers. Pay no mind to those who tell you that you can't achieve your goals. Focus on your own path and believe in your potential.
That's being selfish too.
But that's what I'm saying. Because people gonna be telling you that you shouldn't do this shit, or people gonna be like, yo, it's a waste of time, or you know what I mean? It's better things you could be doing with your time and whatever. And you know, some people should just say, like, having this conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to do what I need to do. This is what I believe I should do. Yeah. And if you really feel strongly about it, then you should go at that. Like, you feel me? So a lot of people gonna try to talk you out of shit. Work your butt off. That's another thing. We don't have drive. We don't push ourselves.
It's about drive.
Dedication and hard work are essential for achieving success. Leave no stone unturned and put in the effort required. If you gotta sacrifice something for a year seems like a long ass time, but if you gotta sacrifice something for a year to achieve something that would take you decades to do if you just fuck around and didn't really focus on it, a lot of people don't want to do it. I asked my cousin, I was like, yo, would you rather have $30,000 a month, or would you rather have $10 million in 3 years? He was like, I'd rather have $30,000 a month. I'm like, nigga.
A month for how long?
I mean, we didn't even say, but like, if you're patient, you
didn't even say? What?
No.
He'd rather have 30,000 1 month than.
No, that wasn't the question. Like, I'm saying, like, that wasn't the question. Like, the question was, would you rather have 30,000 a month? It wasn't no. You could think something else, but the question was $30,000 a month. No period other than that. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, forever.
I didn't say that, but that's what it is.
Okay.
So thinking it could be forever, or
Yeah,
it could be
then that
for a
makes sense.
month, or it could be whatever, whatever.
That changes
But
the context.
but that's not what the question is. So that's your imagination. So the opposite
his
of that.
imagination was
But look,
30,000.
you're gonna get.
He didn't know the time frame.
What did I say? 10 million? I forgot.
10 million in 3 years.
10 million in 3 years. So if you just wait 3 years,
You could get the 10
you
million.
could get the big bread.
But if you could keep getting 30,000 a month, it's like
If
nigga,
somebody,
after 3
if
years,
you take that 30,000 and you could do
you
something
gonna
with
have
that
that.
30,000,
Yeah,
if you're intentional, then it's worth it. But
that
if
changes
you
the
ain't gonna do
concept.
shit with that shit, then it's a waste of time. Like just
You could do
be
something with
patient
30,000.
and wait 3 years. But it's like, nah, they need that money now. The instant gratification and that.
My money and I need
Right.
it now.
And then lastly is give something back. Contribute
Yeah, I believe
to your
that too.
community and help others. Use your success to make a positive impact on the world.
That's how you get that good power back. Give back from the heart. You know?
But I always
shit.
thought about, because he was like Mr.
I don't
Olympia
gotta
and
do
all this,
shit.
and he was in movies, and he was on wrestling. He did like mad stuff. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was that dude, and he was the governor. You know, or
I'm pretty sure he
senator,
put
whatever.
on. I'm pretty sure he
Ran
put
for
on
president.
bodybuilders and you know what I'm saying.
Yes, he did,
gave
yeah.
them game and shit. You know what I'm saying? Actors and all that. He gave back, bro. Yeah, he definitely gave back to Austria. I'm sure.
He became governor of California, didn't he?
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
From Austria. That's
Bubba was
fire.
talking hella shit about him too. That shit's crazy. But anything new that you know about? Anybody got any new music? Anything like
Besides the clips, nigga.
clips? Oh yeah, clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard.
I've been
some
watching
people-
some shows. Like I don't know how y'all feel about Ironheart, or if y'all heard about it.
I
Y'all know.
started watching it the other day.
Iron
What do you
Heart.
think about it? I heard bad reviews. I seen it. I watched it.
I'm not mad at
couple
it.
times.
It's not bad. It doesn't seem like it seems more PG-13
Mm-hmm.
compared to everything else. I want to see how they're gonna incorporate it, because obviously they're gonna incorporate into the movie somehow.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it's supposed to be a short season. She only gonna do 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I think this week they gonna release 3 more episodes, and that's gonna be the end of it. Because I think she gonna be in one of the movies.
Is anybody still watching BMF? I heard that shit came
Yeah.
back.
That shit canceled.
No, it's not.
I thought it was
Back.
supposed to be, but then
It's bad.
came
Yeah,
back.
the season started this month.
I bet you that's the
Is
last
it good,
season,
E?
though.
Yeah.
I haven't even started watching that.
BMF?
I watched some of this with my family down, so
It's a good
it's a
show.
family shoot.
Mm.
Other than that, I'm not really into TV though.
Right.
Should come out with some more shit. Snowfall.
Yeah.
Snowfall was a good series.
Snowfall was real good.
Some of these series are like when they based on something that actually happened. Like it could be a pretty good series. When they just make something up and they try to highlight the black community, sometimes it be like a big fail. Like, cause I'm be like, yo, I live here. Like this shit don't never happen.
Yo, shout out to Atlanta. Danny Glover and his show. That shit. I know E said it
I've
was
seen
stupid,
bits
but
and
that
pieces.
shit is funny
It
as
seems-
shit.
yeah.
yo.
It is
That
funny,
shit was
but
funny.
it's
When I seen it.
it's
When I did watch
stupid.
TV
It's
though.
stupid.
It's
funny.
stupid funny, yeah.
They watch
for
TV,
sure.
that shit
Keep
was
seeing
funny.
that jail scene when he's in there. The niggas like,
Yeah, I
Yo,
just
that's a
posted
nigga right
that
here.
in the
That's
group.
crazy. yo.
I
"Yo,
mean,
nigga."
he like,
nigga,
nigga,
you
that ain't your
couldn't tell.
girl, or he wouldn't be in here with us. He'd
Yeah.
be on the other side. Like
I
that's
ain't
a
never-
nigga.
That's
I never
crazy.
seen that show. I know that the dude was on it, but I never seen that
I
show.
said that shit. That shit. Good shit.
It's what is it? Is it like a comedy drama?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Nah, some of them shows. Some of that shit, like some TV, like I know you were saying last week, like TV, like fucking fucks with people's brain and shit. So, like, I know some of that shit is entertaining. Like it just helps you get through a stressful fucking day. Like I can't wait to get off of work so I can just relax and watch Family Guy,
But that's
one of
it.
my favorite shows. Like
That's the trash.
Relax.
There's too much of everything. Too much of anything isn't good.
right, that's true.
And people
That's
be tuned in, whether it's the TV, whether it's the phone, whether it's the tablets. We're tuned into the devices more than we're tuned into our family, friends, the world. You know what I mean? Like our world, for real, because we can't control a lot of shit that's going on in the media and shit like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's part of the programming too. Fear. It's just fear, bro. Like we was like, oh, like we're just legit scared that we gonna get bombed or something, or the power grid's gonna go down, or you know what I mean? It's gonna be an apocalypse. That's fear, bro. That shit is. Trust and believe that shit is being controlled.
28 years later, shit.
Yeah, trust and believe that shit is being controlled by somebody or something. 100%.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Might as well enjoy your time. While
Exactly.
Right.
Bro.
That's what I be
Focus
saying.
on that dumb shit.
But it's like, yo,
Right,
you
'cause ain't
all
nothing-
you have is time. Like, and with the time that you have, you can either enjoy it or spend this time complaining about this shit, about whatever.
Not
Or
even
make something out of
complaining,
it.
just
It is
scrolling.
complaining.
It's scrolling, like just
Cause
scrolling.
like
like
it's like watching the news.
we
Like
spent hours
watching the
just
news is like
scrolling, like,
depressing as
isn't
fuck.
that
Bro.
sad?
Every time you watch the
Bro.
news, like somebody died,
Just
somebody got kidnapped, somebody
hours,
missing.
bro.
Some, you know what I mean? It's always some shit on the
We could be doing
news that
so
just
much
like.
more.
Why am I watching this shit? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even want to go outside now. What the fuck? I get hit by a plane. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy,
crazy
though.
shit.
I was saying this the other pod. I was like, yo, they'll never really
It's always
tell
been like
us if
it.
it's about to be
It's
an
always been
influence.
like
They not gonna
world.
They don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't look out. They
Always
one
been
day
like
see no
conflicts.
stars, no sun.
Wars and
Oh, nigga.
just
That
massive death.
happened. That shit was fake from
You
the
know
jump.
what I mean?
Those stars, those
Those
sun,
ones that-
nigga,
that-
is crazy, bro.
Sucked up. Everything
ready
turned
for
to
that shit.
spaghetti and explode.
They said that's
Any
what
type
the
of situation
dinosaurs
that can lead
seen,
to it,
nigga. I don't know if I believe that.
Right.
Program.
Like our whole galaxy is being sucked into a black
And
hole.
it's
see that.
a lot of the stuff really is honestly it's just distractors. Because what we always talk about is like really the main objective why all this shit is broken, because people don't have a foundation set up. They don't really have a safe space to talk about shit. They don't have a family that they could go through for certain shit or whatever. They're not staying with the person that they're with and shit like that. Like all that shit starts from having that community, having that family that's built together, that's like strong, that's supporting each other. We don't have that shit. So what do we have? We have anarchy. Because everybody for themselves. It's a Royal Rumble.
Crabs in the barrel.
You know what I mean? So nobody, this old lady crossing the street, everybody look at her having a hard time crossing the street and just watch her ass. Somebody pull out their phone and record her crossing the street, you know what I mean? See if she gonna fall, so it can go viral. You know what I mean? Instead of going over there to help her cross the fucking street. Like, and I blame this on the fathers a lot of times, because like they're not teaching their sons, like, yo, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what a respectful young man does. When you become a grown-ass man and you have a daughter or you have a wife or you have a mother that's a grandmother now at this point, you want to fucking make sure that they're taken care of, that they're protected.
Bro, that's why you gotta have kids, cause you can't tell these niggas nothing, nigga. They're not gonna listen. You literally have to do it and be the example for them to really like grasp. Okay, this is what we're doing, because all of the people that know this information aren't having kids. Niggas like, nigga, I'm not having kids.
Niggas is having kids.
I'm talking about niggas like you specifically. There's a reason why you chose not to have kids.
Oh,
It's
because
you
these bitches crazy. That's another discussion.
exactly,
Though.
my
That's another
nigga.
discussion. Though.
So all I'm saying is, if they see that,
You got chicks
It's
like
hard
Bonnie,
for them to be
Bonnie
like-
Love, like Bonnie
Right.
Love out here fucking 1,000 dudes. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
right.
That's
but,
ridiculous,
but
yo.
this will steer them away from marriages. This will steer them away from the
I mean, you
same
can
thing
find
that we're
somebody,
telling
but
them we
you
want
just
them
gotta
to
be
do.
mindful of a certain shit. Like, a woman has to completely submit to your authority, but you have to be a just and a great leader and be able to make good decisions, stand on accountability of mistakes that you probably made or whatever, and try not to make a whole bunch of them shits. That's really what it is, like, because you got to show her that you could lead effectively.
But this is the problem, bro. you grasp the information, but you don't have kids.
Right.
So because you don't have kids, somebody's gonna like, they're literally gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna do what he did and not what he says. They literally gonna say that, my nigga, because it's smarter to do what you did, my nigga. And that's avoid the drama. That's avoid the baby mama. That's avoid being a single dad and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? That's the smarter choice, bro. Like, let's keep it real, bro. The selfish option is usually the most successful option. It goes back to being selfish, bro. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, everything that's connected with success has to do with being a little bit selfish, bro. And it's sad, but like it is. It's survivor's guilt.
I mean, it's not really, but
It's
but
survivor's
then,
guilt,
but then
bro.
for me, like, it's not really a selfish thing. Like, I really would want a person to be with me when I become the best version of myself. Like, I wouldn't want
That's
them to
not
see me
selfish at all.
in any other
Absolutely
state.
not.
I'm doing that for them, or not even for them. Well, I'm doing it for a higher purpose.
Right.
Feel me? You know
It's
what I mean?
not, it's not selfish at all, but you're doing it for you. You think it's the best option for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not the best option for somebody that's
It's gonna
inspires
give
to
me
be
better
like you.
opportunities.
It's not
You know what I
the
mean?
best option for somebody who inspires to be like you. That's why I say it's selfish, because you're not worrying about them. You're worrying about what's best for you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And sometimes, I mean, it's all right if a
Right.
girl, if a girl don't cook, and you be like, yo, I don't want to deal with you because you don't cook, and she refuses to cook or refuses to learn how to cook, and you like, I just can't do it. You're not wrong,
You're not wrong at all.
because you put that out there,
You're
and
not wrong at all.
you can't be afraid to stand on that.
On your standards.
I'm not
100%.
necessarily a dude that care about that, because it's Uber Eats, it's DoorDash, you feel me? I get some great selections up there. You know what I mean? I get grapes too from GoPuff. But the chick get mad at me because I order something and she wanna cook. So I be like, all right, well, you don't gotta cook right now, just chill. Like, you about to watch a movie, you about to order something.
But what are you ordering? Is it like junk food, or is it?
Nah, like food. Like, I might order from an Indian restaurant, or
Okay, that's,
you know what I mean, some shit like that, or get like a seafood boil type shit.
Right.
Shit like that. Like, it be good shit. Like, I don't be getting no bullshit. Like, I did get Sally's Pizza the other day, because Sally's Pizza is supposed to be,
It's good. It's one of the
yeah,
best.
but delivery through
It's
through
ass.
that shit is ass,
It's
bro.
ass.
You gotta have that shit fresh.
Real talk.
And that was her first time, and so she was like chewing it, like, she didn't want to say that, because I'll be complaining about her always complaining about shit.
What?
Always complaining about shit.
She don't like New Haven pizza?
She don't know about really good pizza, and I'm trying to stand on
I'm trying to
the
stand
honor
on-
of
yeah.
Connecticut is
Okay.
having like the best pizza and shit in the world and shit. But she like, I'm not impressed. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
we had Peppies, cause I don't eat pork, man, so I can't really show her the really real. You know what I mean? That Peppi's pepperoni pizza, fresh right out of the oven, it's nothing
Different.
like it. Yo.
That
It's
shit is
different.
different.
It's different.
Yeah.
You got the pepperoni with the cheese
and it be
over it, like,
underneath, yeah.
bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like I don't know.
It's like
You can't
layered
explain it.
pizza.
So good, yo. And then a person like to not experience that pizza fresh
Or ever.
or ever
Disrespectful.
is like disrespectful. But I'm like, yo, I'm on this path. I don't eat pork, so I'm like, man, I can't do it, and I don't want her to have to eat it by herself. But I'll be like, yo, I'll just get you a small and
You might
try
have
it.
to. She
Because
might-
I got her on the path of not eating pork. You feel me?
Oh,
So
that's dope. That's
so it's
really
like I
dope.
don't want to backslide, and we've been doing so good. Like,
See, but this answers your question in your call. What do we really create? He created her to change her mind and live a lifestyle that she wasn't before.
Brittney
That
Renner.
creation is something. We can't say it's not nothing if somebody changes their whole life. And they used to think a one way, and now they think some way different because
it's definitely
of a
challenges
relationship
though.
or
It's
a
not
person.
like it's
You see what I'm
it's
saying?
not like
That's heavy.
it's
like-
hard. It's hard to get a situation like that, because most of the time women are influenced by their surroundings, by their friends, by
Right.
all different types of shit. Once they come to America in the popular cities, they get tainted. whatever they learned back in the day, they don't do that shit no more because this girl is like, girl, he better give you this, he better give you that, he better give you this money and all that shit. You know what I mean? And they don't appreciate the simple shit that they have. Like they always think about bread and what could he do for her and you know what I mean, is he treating her like this and all this other shit? But this nigga gotta work, he gotta feed you, he gotta feed somebody else, he gotta like they don't appreciate that type of shit when they come from here because everybody that's from here, they all gotta work, they gotta work hard as fuck, they gotta do shit. I gotta work and I gotta be like, let me give you something, let me give you this, like you know what I mean? It's a different type of dynamic. That's a little bit tougher. But the 50-50 situation, if a chick is doing that, that's crazy if you could get a chick to do that shit because in the 50-50 shit, the woman is really just like, she come from work and she don't want to do no shit because she tired from coming from work just like you is. So the food better be ready before
because people can survive by themselves 100%. So if you're coming home,
some people it's different than being dependent on somebody and be independent.
But
these women
this is
claim
what I'm
to be
saying.
independent.
This is what I'm saying. If you come home and you have help, it's not 50-50 no more. It's whatever percentage that you need to be, and she's whatever percentage that she needs to be, and y'all coming together and working as one. It's like all this 50-50 shit is like. Are we talking about finances? Or are we saying 50-50 as in you have 50% of the responsibilities and I have 50% of the responsibilities? Which one are we really talking about?
Because 50-50 is more, most of the time 50-50 is more than just finances, but they always highlight the finances. That's what they use to define the shit because they talk about income.
I would say
if you're talking about 50-50, then that means somebody paying this part of the bills and somebody paying the utility and somebody paying whatever. That's 50-50, like it's split down the middle. But if you're in a relationship, 50-50, it's not the same thing. Like it's like
because it's non-existent.
How can a woman has her role and the guy has her role. So
if the guy makes more, if the guy makes more, period, he's in control. When have you seen a guy that made more and then he just wasn't in control? Like, I wouldn't even think. I would think. No,
you don't have to make more to be in control. That's general.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Income you have.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Niggas ain't in control of the shit because you can't control other people.
I'm just making a point that there is no 50-50 once.
Especially in
one person makes more of the bread. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's not going to be no 50-50 from her standpoint because she makes the bread. If she makes the bread, if she's the breadwinner, then how is it 50-50? You can't put in that 50-50 financially if she makes the bread. And if he makes the bread, how is she going to pull that off? Because if he got you and he found you in McDonald's or some shit, how are you going to get 50-50 financially? Like, no, you're going to 50-50 from what you can do for me. It's not just finances. You see what I'm saying? If it's finances, there is no 50-50 because whoever has the money is in control.
Yeah, but that's not even a real relationship.
It's not. It's not. It's a situationship. It's you do what I want you to do because I am in control.
This woman said
have
that
a title and I give you that.
Men are supposed to pay for dates. There's no question about it. Men are supposed to pay for dates.
Cap.
All the time, 100%.
I mean,
anytime
honestly,
they go out, whether they get in it or when they get in the
that's just natural for me to do. But like, that don't necessarily mean that. You know what I mean? Like, if I get offered out, I ain't got no money. I'm gonna let somebody know. You know what I mean? Like, if they still offer to take me out,
right. And that's only because you telling them what it is.
You know what I mean?
Like, all right, if a woman really fuck with a nigga, she might pay for you anyway. You know what I mean?
She got it.
But it's certain dynamics that come with that. So she paying for you. Now she in control.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
She looking for control,
so like you can't complain about shit. Like you gotta be on your best behavior. She paying for your ticket, taking you out to eat.
Why would somebody complain about that though?
Not you shouldn't. In reality, you shouldn't. But don't women complain when you pay for them and you
Hell
take them
yeah,
out
but
and
that's
shit? They
what I'm
complain.
saying,
Damn,
like-
it's cold in here and shit. Nigga, I be in here freezing my ass off. Like I ain't had to pay for this shit. I'm like, damn, it sure is hot. Fucking cold icicles in my eyebrows and shit. Nigga, I was like, man, I love this place. This place is great. Like I don't give a fuck. Nah, man. I know when somebody going out of their way for me, and I appreciate it. Cause sometimes, like as men, we understand the assignment, but women don't give a fuck. They always gonna, oh well, this ain't, you know what I mean, whatever. And that's because they're so observant. They're just paying attention to a whole bunch of shit that don't really matter, and they self-sabotage the fucking whole night. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but a lot of them.
I think a lot of women that are paying attention to attention. I think there's like two types of women. Like there's the woman that can walk down the street and she's not looking at anybody specifically. Like she's just doing her own thing. She's not worried about what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then there's a woman that's looking for validation and attention from men or other women, because you know women compete more with women. You see what I'm saying? And it's important for young men, especially our young men, to like grow up and know the difference.
Right.
Because it's hard to stay in a serious relationship with somebody who needs validation from other than you.
Yeah, but that's what courting is for. Niggas is out here dating motherfuckers for sex and shit. But it's like you're not even getting to know nobody. That should just come naturally.
That's true.
And just because that moment happens, I mean, you gotta.
Nah, because you know, well, I'm gonna have to give.
Huh?
Do you believe in sex while you're courting?
Nah.
But
so no sex while you're
But
courting.
this is what I'm saying.
This
This is what I'm saying. I feel like because men have to put so much work in, they deserve the sex. They deserve it. All the shit that you putting in, all the effort that you gotta put in, bro. You working so fucking hard. You deserve it.
But you want 50-50, right?
No, I'm gonna take care of everything.
Wait, what did you say?
So do that.
I'm not saying that everybody got to do that. But I'm saying once I get it,
doing that.
huh?
I'm going 50-50.
I mean, even if I get 50-50, I don't care. I still want the ass when I'm going for it. Like I don't want to have to wait forever. Like nobody.
Like at the end of the day, there's not. We all.
You still,
grown,
but you still gonna wanna. You still gonna wanna smash. Like you not gonna wanna like. Just be talking to a girl for months.
And you know what makes it worse for
unless
niggas?
you really like into like just like, you know what, I'm not gonna.
Like, yo, you could just keep it a buck.
You could, and I think you should. But transparency is not practiced widespread. Most guys are gonna try to find an easy win because we're logical people. We're not gonna do all of this fucking shit when all we gotta do is go here.
That's all you have to do.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Do.
Why am I pussyfoot around it? Like I know, okay, if I gotta lie and I'm gonna get it, then I'm a doctor.
You can't.
I'm a doctor, and no, this is a heart exam.
Nah, you're not gonna put yourself in a hard
Niggas try. I feel like
you gotta put yourself in a believable.
I'm being extreme. I'm being extreme.
But that's how niggas fuck up. That's why we're not good.
A lot of dudes say a lot of dudes tell a girl they love them, and they really don't mean it, just to get the box.
I had to do heart surgery, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Bitches do it too. I mean, females do it too.
I mean, they do, but they don't have to. Because you going after them.
And why did they do it though?
So to really get you locked in, like you're already locked in.
It's a tactic.
Your ears already open. Your ears already open because she could say that, and that's enough. Like that don't mean shit. That's just a word to me. Like if she tell me she love me, all right, thanks. You feel me? Until I get to that point where I want to say it back, and when I say it back, I mean it. You know what I mean? Because it comes with certain things that she did to make me feel that way. It's not gonna be like I'm just gonna say that just because she said it, and I told Shorty like for a minute I was like, yo, I'm not the type of nigga that just say that shit. You know what I mean? But I was already hitting it. You know what I mean? So at that point, like it was like, well, she don't give a fuck.
Well,
Right. But like stuff like that, like I believe like niggas should be anybody, not just niggas, but women as well, should be transparent when they're trying to court or vet people, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to wait forever. Like, Just know what your true intentions are at the gate. But that's because women set these expectations or things that they want. So a guy has to peacock. Pose, that's the term. You know what I mean? Spread your colorful feathers and try to show her that you stand out out of everybody else. So the guy has to do that shit in order to attract that woman. And then when he gets her, he doesn't keep up what it took for him to get her. Same thing. When she's with the dude, she let herself go. She get fat. She don't go to the gym no more. You know what I mean? She don't go fuck. She don't cook no more because she tired. Whatever. All the shit she used to do. She used to give you BJs. She stopped. Now it only happens on holidays. You know what I mean? Like it be fucked up, bro. It be fucked up.
First signs of that shit. Oh,
Exactly,
fucked up.
nigga.
But you can't say that when you been with her and then she had kids. Like when you was with her and she had kids, then it was different. Now she got kids. Now she chasing the babies around, and you know what I mean. She's taking care of your children, so you're gonna have to give her grace. Sometimes she probably gonna be tired, but she gotta do it at least a few times a week. Like, like only on holidays. Like, yo, I be hearing dudes saying that, yo. That'd be terrible, yo.
Nelly and Ashanti said, I mean, they got a reality show, and my friend telling me about it. I didn't watch it. But I seen a clip. Nelly he was like, I told her, like, while the baby little right now, he was like, that's all her. Like, she can, I'm not changing no diapers. But when they start walking and talking, he gonna be hanging with the crew. What you mean he gonna be hanging with the crew? You gonna be teaching him to be a hoe like you. That's what you're gonna be teaching him.
Damn, that's what you got out of that?
Alright.
That's crazy.
No, because
That's
he
such
don't
a
need
low
to be
bar
hanging
for
with a
us,
bunch
man,
of grown
like-
men. He could be with his father, but what is y'all gonna be doing? Because some
Being
men are
men.
irresponsible when you
Why
like
you
and
say
how old
irresponsible?
walking. He said walking and talking. How they are sometimes when they come to the kid, they be doing too much. They play too much. Like you could play, but like it's they don't need to be around certain people. If y'all out there chilling, smoking, like do you like I don't like that. Like, and you don't know because some people think that's okay. For me, I wouldn't be smoking in the house with my kids.
You
Not
think
even-
Ashanti would just sit back and be cool with that?
Some people, I don't know her personally. Some people are okay with that. Some people, I've seen people smoke in front of their
I don't
kids,
think
weed
Ashanti
and
would be cool
cigarettes.
with that.
You don't know
She's
her.
saying that she would.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that she wouldn't go for
She
it.
had her first kid with Nelly, right?
Yeah, her first kid too. Like you just, oh yeah,
And
I'm
he was
sorry.
like, you really?
You know, her
She
laugh.
was like, what you mean? She's like, so you don't, he was
That's
like, that really
crazy.
be happening? Y'all be up all night? And she was like,
She
what
ain't
do
even
you
know.
mean? You don't hit, he was like, I didn't hear nothing. Cause he trying to say, I'm not, that's your part. And then I'll take over when you start
But
walking
I
and
think she down with that. Cause
no,
she,
she's not. She was getting mad because
she was
you
getting
don't
upset.
get up
um,
when the baby's crying.
well,
He act
they
like
have
he
two
don't
now,
care.
right?
No, I think they only
I
got
thought they had another one.
I don't know. I ain't
Yeah,
watching
she
it.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. So
okay, yeah.
she know what the
She got
she
pregnant
know what time
again.
it is. Yeah, I can't. You know what I mean? Fool be what? Say what? Sue me twice.
Right, and still having
saying?
babies with him. Like, come on.
So yeah, man, she know what time it is. She let
But
her.
they married.
She willing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's-
and I feel like
that's
she's
good.
willing to do. That's another example of a woman that you know what I mean might not be doing
Everybody
what
wanted
she
Ashanti
think.
too.
Might not be doing what she think is the right thing to do, but she's following her man's advice, and you gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at Brittney Renner if she feel like, yo, this is what I gotta do to be with the man that she loves. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's
And
supposed
that's
to
an
be.
assumption because she never said that was why she did it. People just assumed that because when they seen her with
Yeah, him and, you know what I mean? Nah, I feel you.
Yo, they was talking about older men dealing with younger women and how it's such a terrible thing. Like, why you messing
I
with
like older guys.
these young women, and you like 50 years old, and this woman in her
how old is
20s,
it?
in their 20s, like 26, 25,
Is it meth
24.
How old is
again?
Nah,
He's
just
53.
men in like older men in
I'm
general.
saying, is it that type? If he's 53.
older
What's-
men
what's-
messing
what's
with
the
Twenty-five
age?
is legal.
26, 24?
28.
Older men that are messing with chicks at 26, 24?
What?
Yeah, in their 20s, yeah. A lot of older men are dealing with
Al
dealing with younger
Pacino
women.
just had a
Women
baby like a
before-
couple years
before
ago.
they hit
He's
their
80
30s.
something.
I mean, but
With
rich
some
people
young
gonna do
chick.
whatever they gonna do, regardless.
But it's
feel
not
like
just
20
supposed
is
to
kinda-
do it. It's
20 is
just
kinda low.
men. It's like generally
25
men
is
that's
kinda-
like in their 50s is probably successful to some extent. You either successful or you a punk. At 50 years old, you doing something with your life. You figured it out at some point. You was like, yo, I gotta get my shit together. I don't know when that happens, but it happens.
What age
It
do
does.
you start
It happens
shooting
for
blanks
men.
though? Like 60?
I mean,
It
you got
depends on
like you said, you got Al Pacino out here. He 80,
Yeah,
83 years
that's
old,
true.
and he just had a
Fucking
newborn.
But then
Like that
Ray
type of
J
shit.
was
What
on
the fuck?
Love and Hip Hop one episode.
If you take care of
and
yourself,
he had to get
and you do
build
the
up
right,
his sperm
you eat the
count
right
back up
food, you
because
have the right
he was
exercise.
not
exercise,
healthy.
you're gonna be
Huh?
good.
You
yo.
got kids?
Yeah, now, but I'm saying before they had kids,
That's
he
scary.
had a low sperm count,
Oh,
and he had to
shit.
go get. You can rebuild
Yeah.
it, like, but they
Naturally,
Really
because
or-
it's-
smashing
Yeah.
it.
You gotta take some.
Yeah, you can
Mhm.
take
Crazy.
some, but you can also
You
rebuild
know what I
it
mean?
naturally.
Like,
And women too, they increase
Dropping
in
babies out
production.
here,
Production,
too.
yeah, I heard about
That's
that.
what's crazy.
You just have to be healthy and you gotta take care of yourself. And it is about what you eat. Some stuff cause you to have
To have
issues
blockages
with conception
and
and
blood
stuff
clots
like
and
that.
all that. Yeah, that shit
the
crazy.
baby ain't even gonna know his daddy.
But I mean, shit. Like I'm not no young dude, but I don't be wanting no old chick. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Cause I've dealt with women that were older than me before, and women that are older than me are a headache. Like, you know what I mean? Women that are my age are a headache.
But
Yeah.
they could be sweethearts.
It
I
could
feel
be
like
someone.
older women like to pay for shit.
I don't know, like,
Like,
chilling
like
with
if you want to be taken care of, you probably would go to an older chick than
But
a
she
younger chick.
wanted woman with not ambition.
Exactly. You don't need ambition to want to take care of a nigga.
I
Why
want
is
a
she
woman with
taking care of
ambition.
you? What money she got? to
She
do
might
I
that?
have
want
a
my
good
woman to be
job.
ambitious as hell.
She
I
gotta
would
have ambition.
I would
She
love
got a
a
good job.
lawyer.
I mean,
a
she
lawyer,
can have
that'd be
ambition if
crazy.
she's
If
giving
she's
it to me.
taking care of you, she gotta be doing it.
Somebody-
You know the
medical
problem that I
field.
have
Like,
with
what's her
ambition
name?
isn't
Like
ambition.
Tasha from
The
Power.
problem I have with
That was her name,
ambition
Tasha?
was the love
No,
of
the
the
Spanish
game
drink,
more
what
than
was
the
her
man. That's what I have
Oh,
a
you
problem
know,
with.
yeah,
Like,
you say you
I
want
would
your
want
shit.
you to love your man more than
That
a
shit-
dollar, and that's
Nigga
not
had
gonna
a
happen.
lawyer
if
getting
you
about
have
all
ambition.
types of
You need to
shit.
find somebody that ain't with you for the dollar, and that's with you.
Exactly, 100%. But that person isn't gonna put ambition over you because of the characteristics of ambition.
But do you want a hypergamous woman?
What is that? I what?
She wants a man that is better than her, basically. Like she dates up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be conscious of that's the reason why, but because that might stress her out later on. She'd be like, oh, I don't have no purpose. You don't give me a purpose. Because I feel like certain women like that need a purpose to know why that you're better than, you know what I mean? They need to see it. Like, they have to have a story behind it where they could explain it to their friends. Like, this is why I believe that this man is better than me, and this is why our relationship works. But if she doesn't believe that shit for real, or if she doesn't have no reasons to, then her bitch is gonna think that she's just delusional.
That just
I
sounds
can't
like a
have
long
that.
word for gold digger.
Huh?
So that just sounds like a long word for gold digger, to be honest.
It could be that, but it depends. It's like
Yeah.
some women think that they're smarter. That doesn't mean you're a gold digger. If you think that the man is smarter than her.
I'm not saying you shouldn't date up, but you know what I mean? You should definitely bring something to the table.
Yeah, 100%.
Then it's no longer dating up. You're dating in the same field. You bring something to the table, they bring something.
But here's
That's
the
a
thing.
kryptonite.
Women,
that phrase
women
is
are
kryptonite
dating.
to certain women.
Women are dating
What
for
you mean?
security.
Bring it to the table.
They want
I
financial
am the
security.
table. They the table.
And they want physical security. So they want to know that you can keep them safe from a dude that's breaking into the house. And they also want to know that you can keep them safe, that they're not going to lose the house.
But what are you doing for
So
them? Like,
they have to be able to give you sex on demand. They have to be able to keep the house clean. They have to be able to console you when you had a rough day at work. They have to be
like he said, what are we
they
also?
gotta-
What are they?
they
what's
doing
up with
things that you don't think about that you need to get done
'Cause there should be a
without you
balance too,
asking
like-
for them to do it.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, I wasn't thinking about
same
that.
things.
They changing the color on the
but
on
you
the wall of the
but
paint.
you know
and
the
shit
problem
like
with
that.
everything
Or
that
you
you
need a
said.
new washing machine. You okay with the
But the
old
thing
shit,
is,
but
if
it's about
she
to leak
wasn't
or
there-
it's breaking. she uses the money that y'all have to replace
I'm
that
saying,
shit.
if she
You be like,
wasn't
damn, why you
there,
do that? But
you
we
would
glad
still
that we got a
do
better
that
washing
anyway.
machine, like
Right.
shit like
That's
that.
what I
Like
said.
that's what
So
women's
nothing
supposed to
should
worry
change.
about.
You got-
Shit that
you
need to
got
be
somebody
done
else that you
that
have to
you're
do
not
that
really
with.
thinking
Right.
about, and she used
It
the
should be expressed.
resources that you have to
Exactly.
get those
She should
things
say,
done.
okay, this is what I
It's a
can
help
bring to
me.
the table.
You
And
know
she
what I
can say
mean? Like
everything
she
that
not
Smiley
just
said.
she not just
You see what I'm
there
saying?
for
But if
you
she
to
doesn't
fuck,
say it, if
but
she says,
she there
well, I
for you
am
to
the
fuck.
table,
Like
she not gonna
if
get
she
showed.
ever say no, then that means that you're
Not
not
gonna
doing
get
what
showed.
you're supposed to do on your end, because she should never tell you no. She should want to give it to you 7 days a week. But you're not gonna get it 7 days a week if you're not doing what you're supposed to do that
Exactly.
is supposed to be done 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Like it's a give and take. My nigga. Like it's really like they expect us to do whatever we supposed to do, but they not gonna do whatever they supposed
They
to
don't
do.
really
But
know what we do.
that's why they want a nigga that's better than them, because
Smiley.
they
most
know
of-
they only gonna be able to do what they're supposed to do.
Smiley. Most of the females that we smash don't know what they're supposed to do, my nigga. Because if they knew what they were supposed to do, if they knew their potential,
Would you teach them if you knew what they should be doing?
if they were worth
Yeah.
teaching? But some
You would?
females aren't teachable.
If they're willing.
Some
if they're
females
willing,
aren't
right.
teachable, bro.
They're willing.
There's a lot of women that.
But I'm saying that's
Not
the
teachable,
first
bro.
step for us, because like we still gotta have the patience to be able to be like, you know what, I am a good leader, so I will teach her this is what you should do. Can you do this or whatever? And if she don't give you a hard time, like, you really want me to wash your clothes, like, and she just be like, oh yeah, I don't mind doing it, babe. Like I'll like, you want me to
Oh,
separate
yes.
everything? You want me to fold it up for you? Like you want me to like lay it out, like whatever? Yeah,
Yes,
like
it feels
yeah,
so
I
good,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Yeah, and she don't be like, damn, you could fold your own clothes, you could wash
See,
your
this
own
is the type of
clothes,
shit
like.
I'm talking
you know
about.
what I mean?
The shit that she
Like,
just did. Nobody asked
I
her to
wouldn't-
do that shit. Nobody said, hey, can you
Like-
circulate the
like,
page?
yeah, like,
she just took it upon
that's-
herself to like, okay, I know these niggas hot. Let me circulate this shit. That's what a woman is supposed to do, by the way. You see what I'm saying? Know what niggas need and cater to that. Like, out of, you know what I mean? The opposite of niggas. Because that's why I say ambition is more masculine, because it's selfish. And women aren't supposed to be selfish. They're the opposite of us. So they're supposed to be giving and shit like that. That's some giving shit that she did. That shit, you know what I mean? She could have just kept that shit on her and been in selfish mode. You see what I'm saying? But she decided, nah, let me share the wealth. That's what I'm talking about, bro. But it's a balance. If a woman is too selfish, ambitious, then it's not gonna work out. Like,
But it took ambition
They gonna love me for my
to-
ambition.
to turn that fan.
nah, it took consideration to turn that.
I gotta have
That's-
electricity
yes,
to turn on my fan, and
Right.
and I gotta have ambition to go to work.
Right,
so I
but
can
you don't
get the
gotta
money
share
to
it.
pay.
Right,
Yeah.
it's all yours. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to say, you know what? Let me share the wealth. That's
Nah, I
that's
ain't
not
gonna hold
selfish
you.
at all.
When you
like,
go down south, and you go to one of them southern women's to like chill with their husband, like go play the game with them or whatever you doing, and you in their crib,
Be
they
like,
be
you
like,
want some tea?
would you like fuck tea?
just love that.
They will
shit.
bring you a whole plate. They
Yes,
they
yeah.
cook for everybody
Hospitality.
get a plate.
We don't get that up here up north.
Cornbread, you got a whole plate full
Yeah,
of
of course,
cornbread.
you're
You
not
got
gonna
all-
eat in front of
Bro.
We don't
Like
get
you be
that
like,
up north
oh
like
my
that.
You're not
god,
gonna
what
eat in
is
front of
this? Like
people.
what's
You
going
gotta
on?
get special.
You want some more? It's plenty
Yes,
more.
baby.
Like oh my god,
to be
what?
accommodated.
You want some pie? Like
Pie. Oh my
Yeah, you
god.
can't eat in
Yeah,
front
yeah,
of
It would be fresh
You want-
pie.
you
came
want
out
some
nowhere.
ice cream with it? Yo, they be
Some mac and cheese.
it'd be a
all
whole
that.
nother world because they're feminine. Some of them, I mean, they're not in the best shape. I ain't gonna hold you. Like a lot of
They
them
just a
are
little thicker, man.
a little.
Little
Huh.
thicker.
Everything grow
Yeah.
thicker in Texas and shit.
Swing
you know what I'm
shirt.
saying?
They be
Ooh.
They be on that.
I love horses.
They be some horses.
Horsepower.
Horses.
But they the most friendly women. Like I'm telling you, down south, you get the best energy when you go down south. I love going down there, you know. Florida, Georgia, like any place you go, and some of them are so beautiful, and they still like a Southern belle. But the thing is, like they get their body done and all this other stuff,
Yeah, I don't
and
like
when
that.
they do that, they be having this different type of energy about them.
I think that's more like
they become like
Cali
that's the
chicks.
strippers.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that's
strippers,
all of
the
them.
strippers
Yeah,
too,
no, you go to
yeah,
ATL, you go to those strip clubs in ATL, those popular ones they talk about in the rap songs. You go to Miami, you know what I mean? Any of those places, all those big cities in the South, be crazy. Yo.
You gotta just eat the cornbread, bro.
Eat the cornbread.
Eat
Eat the cake
fried
and
chicken,
them.
too.
Yeah,
Or
bro,
mac and
look at
cheese.
that shit.
They be having it in the strip club, yo.
Hey,
They be having
They said
fried
they be the
chicken,
best food,
fried
the
chicken and
wings.
fish.
That
The
shit
wings.
sound busting.
Yo, in the strip club, yo.
Niggas be
Nah,
having
I ain't gonna hold you. I went to
breakfast
one
that's
spot.
fire.
It was mad
That's
salty,
not
bro.
fire.
I was like, nah, that shit nasty.
Wait, why would you want to eat when niggas is shaking ass?
Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
said they got the best wings.
Smell like mad butt and shit, right? And you like eating chicken and shit.
That's true.
That's
But
what
you be
that's
hungry,
what
you
people
drunk,
say.
but you don't even smell that shit. You be
They
like,
said
"Fuck, this shit
Magic
blazing as
City
fuck."
or
Chick
something
shaking her
got
ass
the
right in
best
front
wings.
of you.
Hey,
You
I
got
was
drunk.
good though. It was good.
Yeah, you gonna eat, man. Especially if you put the 2-drink minimum on you. and
Then I
shit.
thought about it like, damn.
Yo,
Mhm.
any of y'all ever been with a stripper? Like was dating her?
I'm in love with a stripper.
I'm married.
I wouldn't recommend it,
I
but
like the kids, bitches. I can't be.
this a wild ass
She was an
situation.
stripper when I got married.
So
You said what?
She said she
I
an
was
stripper.
talking to a stripper, right? When I was going to Afghanistan, but we had stopped for our deployment. We had like training or whatever for a few years. So during that period, while I was on the base, I was talking to a stripper, right?
Oh, she was an escort.
It's story time. It's story time. Story time. So I'm talking to a stripper.
Got the body
And
of a god.
She was at the strip club. All my boys was with me when we was at the strip
Oh,
club.
when you got her?
When I got her.
That's lit.
Cause we was playing pool first. Went up to her, got her. She didn't want to dance with nobody.
You was in
My
uniform or you was in like?
I was in regular
dress
clothes. I was in
Okay.
regular clothes. And then she was like, she didn't want to dance with nobody no more for the rest of the night.
She was just
And my
dancing with
boy
you.
was like, yo, tell her to come on. I'm trying to pay for a dance or whatever. And I'm like, yo, go do your job, yo. What you doing, man? Go make that money, yo. Stop playing. Like, I was 18, bro. So this shit was like funny as hell. So I'm like, yo, go do what you supposed to do, man. Make your money. So she go back, whatever. I guess she danced with me like, yo, I didn't do nothing with him like that. You know what I mean?
Not like that.
Yo,
You just did
crazy.
your job. What the
So-
fuck you mean?
fast forward, that night, I go back to Shorty crib. I'm at her crib, smash it, whatever.
This is the first time you met her.
First time I met her, right?
Oh shit.
Smash it, whatever. She doing splits, crazy shit, bro, crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm at her crib. I got 4 days off in the military. They gave us like passes, yeah. She had me in her crib for 4 days, bro.
Oh, so you do got kids?
No, nah. I strapped up. Remember? I strapped up. I definitely strapped up. But yo,
Shit. Sure you
but
did,
yo, I was
nigga.
in there. It was
Level
crazy.
3 split?
But this what bothered me. This what bothered me. The bathroom was nasty as fuck. It had,
Her bathroom?
Yeah, toys, pissy toys all around the toilet and shit, like all types of shit. And the baby came in the room
Not
one
the
night.
baby.
We was smashing. Just came in the room. She was like,
Scene stop.
"Oh, he gonna go back to sleep." I'm like, "No, hell no!" Like, I'm
How
like,
old
nah,
was
I'm
the
good.
baby?
Like, I don't know, like the little nigga.
That's the
like,
worst when the kids is in the room.
Little.
You
popping
said
up.
like in Little Me?
That's fucking
No, like a little
crazy,
nigga.
bro.
Yo, 4
Like he's like 4 or something like that. That is, I mean,
He's old enough to know what's going on. Like,
That's crazy.
why is he on my mommy like that? That's
Right.
crazy.
Yo,
He
it
might
was
think
crazy.
you're
It was so crazy.
Yeah, like
Yo, it was so crazy.
crazy.
But like, yo, but what I learned about dealing with strippers is they liars, yo.
Yeah.
Like they
don't
like
get
cause
their
they
way.
really just want something.
Yeah.
Even if they want to weigh out or whatever, they want something. So it's like you're not dealing with a righteous woman. Like she doing whatever. Like she wasn't really taking care of her kids like she was supposed to. Her mom, she was always arguing with her mom. I ain't gonna hold you. She was nasty, but she was.
But you was nasty too because you was talking to her at
Yeah,
that
I
time.
was. Like,
He ain't know.
I was
He
young.
found out.
Did.
I was
And
young.
he was still messing with her until he did.
I would tell anybody, yo, don't be in a relationship with no stripper. It's fun, but it's not.
How
worth
long
it.
was you in a relationship with her for?
This was just for like a month. Like it wasn't like nothing like that. Like yeah, because
she had the
because I was
body of
because
a
I was
goddess.
over because I was going to Afghanistan, so I wasn't gonna see her again.
Oh, okay.
So it was really like that. Like but
Cause she had a body of
she
a
was
goddess.
she was tweaking.
Oh, she was in Afghanistan.
She had no. This was before I went down south. This was before I went down.
Oh, she was up here.
Yeah, down south.
Oh.
Cause before you get deployed, you gotta go to a mobilization station or whatever.
Right.
So you gotta go there. You do like other training. You take all your shots or whatever that you need to go out of overseas or whatever. And then after you have like the experience of being like in a different area, like they bring you to some shit they call a FOB, field operating base, and you stay there, and it looks like what it's supposed to look like where you going, and you got to do certain exercises and shit like that, live in the tents and shit. You got to do that for like a month, and then after that, then they send y'all out to wherever y'all about to go. Yeah. So while you there, you get a little bit of time to fuck around, go to the movie theater, go to the base, go to different things before they bring you to that. But you only really got like a month or so to really like fuck around, like, cause you stay stateside for like 3 months.
Oh, so that was your little
I mean, not really, cause I ain't gonna hold you. I had like 2 or 3 while I was down there.
Oh, okay.
In that month, I had like 2 or 3. I had a joint she worked at Domino's. She was like Panamanian. Yeah. And I was talking to her mother when I was overseas, but ain't nothing happened. When her mother was sending me nasty pictures and stuff.
Oh, shit. Something happened, nigga.
Well, I ain't get to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
like, it was
she
just.
seen your pictures. She
Yeah,
wanted
she
you
was
to do
wild.
whatever you wanted to do.
And
That's crazy.
the other chick was this black chick. I smashed her in the
This
car.
lady said she slept with a
And then the other chick was a stripper.
That's wild.
She had a threesome with a guy and his mother.
That's wild.
And she was like, and it was amazing.
I ain't never get that lucky, man. I be talking about that, and Shorty be like, "That's the only thing you want to do." I'm like, "That's really all you need to really do." Like,
you mean a threesome, not
like, yeah, like a threesome. Like,
I
that's
think
like
with your person you're related to, that shit for the person that's doing it. I guess for the other person, you're not related to them, so whatever. But
that's some the hills have eyes type of shit. Like, niggas don't be.
That's that Kanye West shit.
Yeah, yo, for real, yo.
Crazy.
That nigga Kanye a wild boy, bro.
No easy.
He is wildin', bro.
You can't ever wear Yeezys again. None of that shit.
I never did wear them shits. Yeah. I did get them LaMelo Ball joints though. The fucking
them
boom
shits
was
just
that
expensive
two
because of
different
his name.
two
They're not
different
even
colors
like,
and shit, Ninja Turtle shits.
Word.
I like them shits, but them shit like why they ain't make it like one color, man? Like why it gotta be you can't buy it with the other color. Cause the left shoe is this color and the right shoe is this color. Like
You gotta get it customized.
maybe you could do some shit like that. That shit crazy though.
I gotta cut out something. I got a kitten that prepared
Oh yeah,
destroyed my
ripping
shit.
shit up.
it's little. It can't do much.
Is it screaming?
With a little high pitched voice.
You be giving it milk and shit
Yeah. Well, not milk, but fucking.
with like a baby bottle and shit.
Nah, I ain't got that. It's about 6, 7 weeks. I'd say 7, 8 weeks actually.
But it still could drink milk like that.
Yeah, it still could drink milk. It could drink by
I
itself
mean, you
though.
don't have to.
Yeah. That's how you bond. With
I thought drinking like milk was like you're not
I wasn't
supposed to give a
lying.
cat.
They did say
milk.
that. I've seen that.
Cow milk. Yeah.
People be doing
I
it.
thought it was
That's why I used to think so too, because I saw it in the cartoons.
You know how I feel. I feel like they should make everything out of breast milk. Like everything that we make from like milk should be made out of human milk instead of being made from
calf.
yeah. Because I think it would be healthier, yo.
I think it will be too, but you know that's gonna fuck up the doctors. Like the doctors are gonna decline if we start drinking the natural milk that comes from humans that we're supposed to drink. stem cells and shit in it.
Not even just that.
Like, nigga, we gonna be
Doctors are defining
superheroes.
a lot of stuff that they just don't be telling us to do. They don't tell you to get healthy. They just give you medicine that you got to keep taking over and over, so they're gonna keep getting paid. If everybody is healthy, they're not getting paid.
Exactly.
Or not at the same rate. People still, I think you're still going to get diagnosed, but you can heal yourself by changing your eating habits and stuff and working out.
I mean, women like that shit though, cause
So
like
so
that
much
shit feel good to them.
What?
Getting your being pregnant and having your breast get pumped. Like that shit feels satisfying.
What, drinking breast milk?
No, a lot of women say that hurts.
It hurts when babies do.
Breast milk?
Usually
like for mass production, for mass production.
But if they volunteer,
it's helping you.
that's different.
Cause you don't know where that breast milk's coming from.
Your breast gets.
They might have to do like a fucking survey or some shit, or pay like
a test or something.
Yeah, like a test. Yeah. Have them be like examined and all that shit. Make sure they don't got cancer.
That's a lot of
You know
people.
what I mean?
That would jump on that.
And they gotta volunteer for that shit. Like that's the key. Like if you're not volunteering for that shit, then you can't
People will run towards that shit so fast.
you can't fucking be giving out no breast milk. They shouldn't make you do that shit. What if she alcoholic?
Yeah, they do.
She gotta be healthy.
She not on drugs or smoke cigarettes.
Mad booze in her boobs.
That's what they do for surrogates. You can't.
Crack
You gotta
babies.
meet certain criteria physically.
Smoke a cigarette, that shit will show up in your breast milk.
Yep.
All that shit.
Everything. You sharing everything.
Shit close us out.
Alright, well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Heffa.
Chris OD.
SmileyJizzle.
So for press.
Don't tell.
We out, yeah.
Get Lifted.